Duets with Dice presents Fear and Loathing 77, a Vampire the Masquerade story, based on the Quick Start module by Brad C Hodson, Episode 5. Okay. Hello. We are back with another session of Vampire the Masquerade, Fear and Loathing 77, based off of the Storyteller's Vault supplement by Brad C Hodson.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe one day he'll forgive us.
Only took 5 tries. Well, he's been very gracious in the comments, and we appreciate it.
Last time we were kind of left on a bit of a cliffhanger, yeah?
And so previously, we had, previously, you kind of a badass.
The beginning of last session, I was a bad bitch, and nobody was going to stop me. However, at the end of last session, a lot of repercussions and a lot of, tens eventually, reared their head. Fate turned around like, gotcha, bitch!
The sweet
with a knife.
tens that you experienced early on decided to, even the scales. Because justice just could not have you have so high an average, and so they came in at the last second and really fucked you up.
Yeah, so I'm definitely in this weird sort of Mexican standoff between Zed, the remnants, or Zeta, the remnants of his pack, and Crispus Attucks and his band of cholos. I'm facing this, of course, with two ag worth of fire damage, and I am actively hallucinating, what on account of botching a nightmares roll.
Yep, that has not gone away.
Yeah, no, I am actively still having a bit of an issue with it snowing in the desert right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a monster that nobody's acknowledging. I'm very scared.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of like in a...
You're in what the kids would call a bad spot.
That's a good way to describe it. I'm, currently sitting at the gates of the dump, surrounded by cars, and they're demanding that we give back Sawyer, and just people are not having it. This Sawyer kid is really causing a lot of bullshit for everybody involved, really.
Yeah.
And really, I just kind of want to get out of here alive at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Not that Sawyer isn't important or anything like that. Politically speaking, he's very important.
Pretty important.
Hugely important. However, nomadically speaking...
Someone who successfully infiltrated the Sabbat to the degree that he had, and actually sort of subverted the rest of his pack.
Yeah.
Pretty important.
Yeah. And so, I got pulled aside by Zed, who, they were literally about to fight. Crispus and Zeta, guns were pointed at each other's heads, and I was just like, ugh. And me, Mo, was thinking, man, really don't want them to start fighting. And the reason I didn't want them to start fighting is because Mo was like, thematically the best time for an Archon to show up would be halfway through this fight. Like, bitch, where's my package?
Mm-hmm.
And that was something I wanted to avoid more than anything. More than anything, I wanted to avoid being filled with hot lead from a gunfight, and the Archon showing up to the remnants of two gangs fighting to be like, oh.
2 really beat up gangs that belong to 2 different opposing sects.
Yeah.
And be like, yes.
You guys have made my job so easy.
Look at this.
Where's my things?
Mm-hmm.
And so I de-escalated that conflict only to throw myself into, the same sort of conflict of how am I going to get out of here without getting shot at any more than I already have been over the past couple days. And so, after a week of thinking,
closer to 2.
Oh yeah, a week and 10 days.
It's been a little bit.
I am interested in pulling. I mean, Zed has already pulled me aside to ask me about some stuff. About one, because he was like, "You've got to be kidding me! We're not going to give Sawyer over to these guys.
We'll kill them.
Yeah,
let's just kill them."
Which is what Zed said.
Can we kill them?
Yeah, and Zeta's super ready to fight, and I'm sure the dude could fight. You don't become a bishop without being a bad bitch, I don't think.
No, generally no. You gotta be able to fight.
Yeah, you've got to be a bad bitch. Doesn't
matter how political your sabbat is, your bishop needs to be able to fight.
Yeah, and so, while pulled aside, I just had some questions for him. Some questions about the dump. Some questions about... some questions about...
Do you have any experience that you want to spend?
Yes. There's a single thing I want to buy with all the XP I've gathered over my amazing trip. And I have just enough XP for it. I want Protean 3?
3?
Yeah. That's all I want.
15 experience.
Oh, never mind. Wait. Is it in clan?
In clan times. In clan current rating times. Oh, current rating, so you can buy it with 10.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You were thinking...
Look. Played a lot of different vampire systems.
Yeah. And so...
That sweet, sweet hide in the dirt.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fair. That's fair. It's a good one.
Yeah, it really is. So... Man, I just don't even know where to start on all of this.
Okay. So, let me go ahead and set the scene for you.
Please do.
So, it's pretty much right where we left off last time. There's a Mexican standoff going on. Zeta is just sort of pacing back and forth in front of Crispus Attucks, who is waiting patiently for a package to be delivered to him. And Zeta is just sitting there with his robe, with his bathrobe and soiled undies, and he's just pacing back and forth, shotgun in tow, looking at Crispus like he's going to be a legend by the end of the night, and everyone is sort of everyone's sort of
ready to fucking go. Guns are out.
Ready to go. Guns are out. Guns are out, and they're all just they all stop and they look at you.
And I just
waiting for you to make the call, because Crispus is looking at you like you seem like the reasonable one here.
Oh my god.
Crispus is looking at you like you seem like the reasonable one here, while you see you see the phantom of your sire behind him.
Oh my god!
Just laughing maniacally.
Like, she's the face of reason, and I'm just like, it's so cold.
Yeah.
There's so much snow.
and Zeta's just waiting for you to green light his attack. So
I shout out to Zeta. Zeta, let's get the van and go to the shed for a second.
What?
Let's get my van and go to the shed.
And he looks over. He looks over at Crispus and just sort of snarls for a second before walking back.
I'm just like, I just like rip open the back of the van. I'm like, let's get in the van for a second. Christopher, drive us. Go between these two garbage hills.
Yeah, you got it. And so he key in the ignition. Gets ready, starts driving away.
I sort of like point him to the direction.
The rest of Zeta's pack are just kind of sitting there like, what the fuck? And
is there a back way out of this garbage dump.
Of course there is.
Okay. I have an idea about what we're gonna do. Alright, Christopher, just pull up a little bit more.
What is the plan?
We're not gonna give him Sawyer.
Okay. So we kill them.
No. We give them something else. Come on, Christopher, let's go. Uncloak the shed.
Fine. And he uncloaks it and,
Alright, Christopher, open the door, go in.
Alright. This better be a good idea. Christopher opens the shed and just sort of like, shh.
And I put my hands on his shoulders.
Oh, I thought you were still in the van while Christopher had to get out of the van and open the shed.
Maybe. To get us
it's like a garage. It's like a garage sort of situation.
No, I get out with him.
Okay.
Go up to him, like, shh. And I put my hands on his shoulders. Don't say anything. Don't freak out.
Okay.
And I sort of sort of pop my claws behind him. I'm like, alright. Get me a length of that rope over there.
Goes over, gets the rope.
I need a stake. And I sort of acquire everything I need to acquire. Break off some wood, put it on the ground, get the rope, put it on the ground. I'm sort of like rubbing my face.
And you left him staked, right?
Oh, Petri?
In the...
Oh yeah, Petri is like hung up in the rafters somewhere.
And I open it up, and he opens it up, and you can see him still hanging there. It looks like his limbs are slowly growing back. It's almost like he has little baby arms at the end, but they look like muscle. And he's just sort of sitting there silent, swinging back and forth.
Alright. Christopher, I want you to know that I am unbelievably proud of the monster that you've become.
What?
Look at me. And I turn him around. When I met you, you were just slinging cocaine. You were nobody. And now, I'm proud to give you this gift.
Are you serious?
Yes.
He's smiling. He's like, now? Now?
Yes.
Is now the right time?
Now is the right time. Because I need you to do something. This is you're not going to get put in a hole the way some are. You're going to be given a test. And if you live through it, you get to spend the rest of your unlife living as hard as you want to, for as long as you want to. Your test is here.
What do I need to do?
Right now, you just need to close your eyes. And grit your teeth. Because it does hurt. And I go in and I drain him.
Okay. So, you go in and you fangs out, you bite into his neck, and you drain completely.
Yep, Now,
bear in mind, you can spend 5 of the 10, so that we could start putting that towards the ag. How much did you gain from him on your blood pool? Because I know that you are going overboard.
5, 6. I took 6 total to fill up.
6 total to fill up, so take away 1, and you will be able to...
I'll put a check by it.
Yeah. Over the next night, that ag will turn to lethal.
And so, I sit there, and I drain him out. I drain him out.
Falls limply to the ground.
Yep.
Zeta's just like, what the fuck are you doing? He's just like, you can hear him beating on your dashboard.
Shut up! And I put the blood in, and then I begin,
Go ahead and mark some more blood away, however much you want to give him.
I'll give him 2.
Okay.
And then I want to begin I'll give him a little more, because I'm going to begin my surgery.
Yeah, because he's going to need to be able to heal.
Exactly. I'm going to...
And so, yeah, he... even with 3, it's not. His chances aren't great.
No, they aren't, but hey, shit happens.
Okay. And so, yeah,
I drain him, I stake him.
You drain him.
I tie him.
You stake him. You tie him up.
And so, when he is unstaked,
He begins his first moments as a vampire, experiencing a wooden stake through his chest.
I'm so sorry, Christopher. That being said, if he does manage to somehow live through all of this, as a proud gangrel mom, I could never be prouder, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Because, the amount of times you just sire someone and abandon them to adverse circumstances, I mean, super common. This is about as adverse as circumstances come.
This is what you get.
Yeah. And so, I have him staked. I probably get the real Petri down, hide him in something else, and put him in the back of our van. I'm just like, all right.
So you're hiding Petri where?
In the van with us. I'm going to present Crispus Attucks with this. So,
okay,
we'll see how that goes. We'll present Crispus Attucks with this, and then we're going to take ours and fucking get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a plan.
All right. So what are you doing with Christopher?
I'm probably also going to put Christopher in another bag, burlap.
What are you doing with him before that?
After
you stake him?
Prep him.
So he's staked. You doing anything else with him?
Tear him up a little, I guess. Well, what does Petri look like?
Petri?
He's like short.
Petri doesn't look a whole lot like Christopher.
No, they're both white guys, that's it.
Yeah. Christopher has like curly blonde hair, looks a little hippie-ish, where Petri looks a little... He's definitely older than Christopher.
What kind of... Was Petri wearing anything?
He was wearing, like... Tremere clothes.
Hey, can I take those off of him and dress up my Christopher?
The arms and legs of that outfit are in pretty bad repair.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Listen, when they're gonna look at him, like, he was captured by Sabat, any condition I give them to isn't going to be surprising. I could literally, like, show up like with him pickled in a vat, and they'd be like, the fucking Sabat, look at him. Like, you could literally say anything, and they'd be like, fucking Sabat, torture. And so, I pretty much make up my Christopher, my staked, torn up Christopher to look a lot like, Petri, like, switch over clothes and everything. And I hope Zeta sees what I'm doing and is going to fucking play along. I hope.
He looks disappointed, but he looks back over and he sort of begrudgingly understands your intent. He's not pleased.
He doesn't have to be pleased. I ain't about to get killed in his fucking junkyard.
Okay. So, you're taking Christopher's staked body in a sleeveless suit and
would I be able to cut off his arms? Yeah.
I wouldn't. Not with the amount of blood you gave him.
No, he'd probably die. Yeah. That's fair. However, I wouldn't mind tearing up his arms a bit. Maybe not with my ag claws, but with like a knife or something. I just want him to dirty, get blood on him. Yeah. I want him to look like he has been tortured by the Sabat. Like the hooks that he had been on, that Petri had been on, I bring them, put him in there. Yeah. I make it look like I had just pulled him down from being tortured. And so I put it in the back of the truck. I keep Petri in something, and I'm like, okay, no, we put something over him. This is what we give. This is Petri. And I sort of jingle Christopher. As soon as we give him, you boys get in your car. We stay in this one, and we get the fuck out of here. Directly to Tijuana?
And, what if they have some kind of trick? They used a trick to find you.
I thought that was the Tremere.
The Tremere are the ones that want him.
No, Crispus is going to deliver this. We're not going with Crispus. If he wants to kowtow to an Archon, that's his business.
Fine.
We are going to deliver the real Petri to Tijuana. And we can wash our hands of him.
Very well. You're no fun. And yeah.
I'm just like, you mean that? I'm hurt.
You drive the car, you drive the van back up.
You're no fun. Fucking love him.
You drive the van back up, and the headlights are on, and it looks like two of the guys are like right up in each other's faces.
All right. And I open the back and grab a hold of the chains, and I pull out the body. Crispus Athletics. I'm sure it'll damage your pride a little to bow down to an Archon, but here you go. Here's your gift. Take it.
How do I know this is him?
You don't get to know if it's him.
Roll Intimidate.
Please let me do this! Alright.
Intimidate and Manipulation. Roll his Crispus Athletics resistance.
No!
Intimidation.
Oh, God. Oh, shit!
Not bad.
No, not as much as he did.
Okay. For the record, I had 4. She had 2. And so...
Come on, Zed. Be intimidating.
Last I checked, Los Angeles is the free states for anarchs. Just because you have a junkyard in shit fucking nowhere doesn't mean you run shit.
Please don't make Zed... Please don't make Zed frenzy.
Now, I think I asked a pretty damn fair question considering the circumstances. How do I know that this is our man?
I sort of take the bag that he's that concrete sack that he's kind of in, and I pull it down to show his robes. I'm not interested in dying in this fucking junkyard. Just for the record.
Then watch your tone. And he grabs Christopher.
Sorry, Christopher.
Grabs Christopher, hoists him up on his shoulder, tosses him in the back of the car, and gets in the car, drives off.
Alright, everybody.
His caravan follows behind, and so until they are out of sight.
Alright, let's get everything ready to get the hell out of here now.
You heard her? Tijuana.
Get one of your girls so she can drive one of the vans.
No, I've got my car.
Can we make it to Tijuana in one night? Bring your girl. Come on.
About a 2-hour drive.
It's never that easy. I live on the road and it's never that easy.
The border might slow us down a little bit, but the border between San Diego and Tijuana is not the worst. It's pretty easy. In 1977.
Holy shit. Yeah, no kidding.
For frame of reference, San Diego and Tijuana are essentially the same city. They're a metropolitan city that is just cut off by the border.
Yeah.
And so,
alright. Yeah,
it wasn't too late in the evening, was it?
No, it really wasn't. I literally woke up covered in flames, went immediately to Zed's after being saved by Christopher, and
then that's when shit started going down. So it's probably about 11, maybe.
Yeah, it's
at
not
the
late.
latest.
Is not late at all.
Yeah,
but
and so yeah.
There's no. Are we going to be going through an actual factual border control stop, or are we going to go around?
That is something to decide when we get there. Just play it cool. In my experience, you can get right through. You just have to play it cool.
I live cool.
That said, take a van. It increases the chances that they might want to look.
How many people are here?
There are 5. We can all fit in the car, but that might raise some suspicion. It's your choice.
Or the car's a little bit faster than the van.
Oh, the car's a lot faster than the van. It is a robin's egg blue convertible.
I never thought I'd say that the man had good taste, but I guess he does in regards to a car.
You make your decision. I'm going to go put on pants. And,
thank you. Thank you, please.
He goes and
right.
As he comes out, he's arguing with the woman. He says, "No, you just stay there."
Come on, we have rubber to burn.
All right. And so you plop Petri in the trunk.
Yep, Petri and one of the other people, I guess.
Okay. And one of the other vampires.
There's 5 of us. Well, I don't know. Is there a bench back seat?
You could feasibly fit. Yeah, you could all fit back there. It'd be a snug squeeze. But who do you want to drive?
I drive.
This is my car.
Oh my god! Then you can drive. Shit, Bishop.
The rest of the pack are just like, who the fuck is this bitch talking to?
I'm talking to him. He's not my bishop. Shit.
Rip her fucking head off. For disrespecting like this. Anyway, and so, okay. And so, you sit in the front.
In the car.
You sit in the front passenger. The other 3, get in the back. There are 3 of them. There is, Phasia Jane. The Nosferatu. She is
hideous to behold.
Presumably the pack priest.
You mentioned the pack priest was a man.
Oh. In that case.
Who spoke exclusively Spanish. So.
Never mind. He's dead.
Oh, shit.
Pack priest died. So the pack priest did not survive the hunt, as
Rip.
it were. You've got Phasia Jane, who was the Nosferatu. She was Tigger's sire.
I'm sure she's probably just heartbroken at the loss of opportunity that was Tigger.
Yeah, she's upset. She is covered in bite marks just all over her face. Very dull, impressioned bite marks that leave bruises at every step. She has thin, greasy wisps of hair and long, dented teeth. And there's also Annabelle Lee, who you suspect was probably at one point some kind of, like, southern lady. Like, more what you would expect in Georgia, so it's kind of weird that she's, like, out here, but she's been, as you've seen her thus far, she's mostly been dressed a lot like you dress.
Yeah.
But she's got, like, almost white blonde hair. Just white blonde hair that she wears in little locks. And kind of like a leather jacket looking sort of look to her. And then lastly, there's Rosco, who is a nearly toothless bearded fellow, like huge beard, kind of out of shape, but you've only ever known him to wear a really dirty top hat. And
like the ZZ Top guy, but like bad.
With less hair. He's bald on top.
Aww.
He's just got a huge beard.
It all migrated.
It's hard to say what clan he is, just looking at him. But he's got, he's got a lot of practical muscle to him. It's not attractive looking muscle. He's just big.
Yeah. I get you.
He's big, and he wears like some kind of like old school overalls where it's like it's just got the one strap, and aside from that, he's just like got like these he's always got like stained hands.
Yeah.
From just whatever it is that he does. And Rosco doesn't talk much. But yeah, you've got Petri in the trunk, and so you take off with the
I'm wondering if I shouldn't put other things in the trunk in case that the trunk does get opened at border. Because I know that, like, now border control is, like, they look at your car. Can't help but feel that we'll get pulled over no matter what. I'm trying to think of, like, something.
Everyone has been instructed to look their best, and so Rosco is wearing like an actual shirt. He's the very.
Are we dressed like we're going over to party?
Yeah. Oh. You're all dressed up like basically compared to how you'd normally dress, you're all dressed up like as close to college students as you could pass for.
Oh, yeah, then. Okay.
Or alternatively, just military people.
Going out to drink.
A lot of military people.
Yeah, okay, then. If that's a story we're going with, then sure.
Okay. And, Zeta doesn't exactly look like a college student or someone who has served any
He's
amount of
like
time
our
in the
gross
military.
uncle who's letting us borrow his car.
Yeah. And so, and so, yeah, you guys, you take off.
The opposite of a college student.
Fairly secure. Feeling fairly secure in that your plan probably worked.
Well, I just really want to get across the border so we don't have to know about that. Maybe we can learn about it in some news later.
Stop the car.
It just...
He says before he stops the car.
Like everyone like double takes and I'm like...
I hate this.
Do you want to go back and fight?
Yeah.
How's this? I, of course, am a transporter of excellent quality, clearly, as you can tell. How'd I take him to Teal?
No, you're not taking shit.
Alright then.
No, I see what your plan is.
What's the plan?
You're going to make me look bad. You've been trying to make me look bad this whole fucking time.
To who?
To the Archbishop.
I haven't met the Archbishop.
Yeah, and imagine how good you'll look.
Then come with me. This shit with the Anarchs, you could come back and settle. Alright? You have a very important parcel in the back seat of this car. We can always come back to California. It's right there. But that's a liability. In my excellent negotiator opinion, as a professional, I'd say drop that off before you worry about anything else. Settle the score with Crispus later. Tear his fucking head off.
I don't care about Crispus. I want the Archon.
And I just sit there, I just lean back a little, put my head back on the, on the bar sort of seat, oh.
I don't give a damn about Crispus. He can fuck off. They'll figure out he's a fake soon enough.
But you want to get even with the Archon.
There's no even to get. There's only a head. I want to kill that Archon. I want to eat that Archon's soul. He starts the car and gets ready to turn around.
Oh my god! Oh my god, what do I even say to this guy? Oh my god! Can I do a quick glance at the faces of anyone else in this car? Are they all yeah? Or are they the sort of
Let me roll
anxious?
their individual Valkyrie ratings and find out.
Please.
Alright, Phagia Jane.
Annabelle's yeah. So it's a half and half in this car,
yeah,
really.
It's about a half and half. Phagia Jane and Rosco look like, no, we should probably do this. We should probably just take the car. And then Annabelle's let's get him.
It is strictly against my religion to tell you not to indulge in the violence that you want to indulge in. However, it's also against my religion to commit suicide for that.
It's not suicide if we win.
I sort of look at how burnt up everyone else is, because I know that I wasn't the only one that I was firebombed.
Rosco sort of speaks up. Now, boss.
Got pretty badly singed.
It might be a good idea to avoid this fight. Shut up! No. We're going. And he starts turning the car. He starts turning the wheel.
Alright, I'm trying to think about what... God. And I can't, religiously speaking, telling him, no man, don't do it like that.
At 4?
Pull it up. I think...
I would think so, but let's check.
Encouraging others to show restraint.
Yep.
I think is one of them.
I would think that's probably pretty early on the path.
Exactly.
However,
And
let's just take a look.
Yeah, let's take a peek.
Yeah, it is the worst sin you can commit, according to your path. Telling others to exercise restraint.
Yeah, and so I'm sitting here like...
So you could do it. You just have to make a path roll.
I just have to make a path roll to be like, hey, dude, don't kill everyone in the car. You know,
hey, dude, maybe don't get us all killed.
It's a thought, it's not one of the cardinal things, but it's a practice. Hey, don't die. Like, when people die, it's fine. They're reincarnated. But you better not die, because when you come back, you're coming back as a person again. So, like, don't.
Yeah.
And so
one is lower than that. And one is, telling others to exercise restraint.
Oh my god.
As far as you can tell, the windows are fogging up because of the snow outside.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm sitting here. I'm like, during this entire thing, I am... It's snowing.
Cold.
It's snowing, and I am cold. And there is another person in the back seat that I keep seeing in the rear view mirror. And I'm trying to be cool, but it's hard. Okay, so I could of course go along with this shit show. Could roll to try to convince him one more time. I could try to use some awe.
Yeah, that might.
Because awe,
that might help.
Okay, so I'm gonna try my first option is going to be I'm gonna try last time to use well, now I'm overthinking it definitely, because I'm like, okay, I could very easily push him the fuck out of his car and turn it the fuck around. However, I have his child in the back seat who probably wouldn't appreciate that. I could ask to get the fuck out of this car, to which I'm probably going to get my ass kicked getting out of this car. I could... I'm just super uneager to meet that Archon, because I will die. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll presence,
okay.
Manipulation, and performance. Is it performance, or is it something else?
I believe it is performance. Let me check awe in the book. So, charisma plus performance, difficulty 7.
Okay. Come on, man. Well, nothing happens. I can tell you that. So I guess I want to try just that one last time to just be like...
Just try to convince him.
Listen, man.
Difficulty 8.
Listen, Zed, I hate to not be fun. But we are not all going to make it out of here if we go toe-to-toe with that Archon in this condition. Rosco is singed to shit. So am I.
Okay, roll for it.
Let me see. It would be, what?
You will roll against.
Charisma and expression, intimidation. What would it even be?
It would be, so I'd say intimidation makes sense. Intimidation makes sense.
Yeah.
You're trying to intimidate him with facts?
Trying to intimidate him with the facts that, an Archon against us right now. Like, if we were all, like, well-rested and well-fed, bitch, we'll fuck a bitch up.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, right now, like, Roscoe's beard is singed off. No. Oh my god. No. He's not seeing reason.
He botched.
I would like to thank not only Cain, but also Lilith. So does that mean he sees reason? Or does that mean he's just like, he like stops the car again?
He stops the car.
Hit the dash.
The car.
Like,
he's punching the steering wheel.
He's gonna make
furiously.
that airbag go off.
Yeah. He's punching the steering wheel furiously. and he just... Fine. I will not kill an Archon this night.
Tomorrow night.
Let's go. Roll wits and alertness.
Oh, I do better on this one.
One success. You breathe
cold air.
You breathe a sigh of relief that you have to force out of your dead body as he finally begins to see reason.
Just lean back.
Gets ready to turn the car around, and as it hits the side, a bright light pierces through the side of the car as you guys get blasted, T-boned by another vehicle. So, as far as damage goes, you are not on the side that is getting hit, and so I will roll this many dice. Get ready to soak.
Said you're a disaster man! 1. I soak 1. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I'm mostly okay.
You look off to the side and you see a car, and it smashes right into it, right into Zed's side of the car, the driver's side. The car goes spinning out of control. You nearly flip. A lot of other horns are honking. You guys are still in a fairly populated area. It's not like out in the desert where you were driving like goddamn maniacs. It's just where you could like drop kick your way through a police car and nobody bats an eye. You're in traffic. You're still in Los Angeles proper, and so
I was so fucking haunted.
So you get blasted by this car.
You know what this is? This is a game of fiasco, and oh my god,
a little bit. And so, at that point, you hear, like, as everything's coming back into view for you, you see, people loading, flintlock musket. You see people loading, like, repeater rifles, for a second before the vision comes into a clearer picture, and you see somebody, putting a clip in an Uzi and getting ready to open fire on your car.
Zed, you have fucked us.
So what do you want to do?
You have fucked us yet again, Zed. I see now that your bullshit once more causes nothing but trouble for you, for me. Like, I get it. I get it that the glory is it's hard to say no to it.
What are you looking for?
Guardian. Okay, so am I still in the car, or was I thrown out?
Yeah, you're still in the car. You're on the asphalt. You see a lot of horns honking. It looked like some people were getting ready to come out, but upon seeing the man standing on top of the car with the Uzi pointed at you, they have elected to stay inside of their car.
Because I'm gonna get out of the car.
Okay, so you open the door, you get out of the car, you see one guy standing on top of a ruined vehicle. It looks like you recognize him as one of the Anarchs from earlier. It looks like they had somebody stay behind and keep an eye on you guys. And so you see him. He's got an Uzi pointed at you.
Yeah. So
you are in a busy. You are in a fairly busy. You're at an you're not at an intersection because he was turning around. So you are on a fairly straightforward 4-lane highway street. And
there are a lot of buildings and stuff nearby.
There's buildings nearby. There's stuff nearby.
Okay. I'm going to celerity it to cover.
Okay.
At this point, fuck the Masquerade. There's just fucking guns being... Oh, God. Yeah, I'm just gonna celerity my way the fuck out of the situation. I'm going to slay my way to cover, and I'm going to try to obfuscate. Is my intention.
Okay.
Is I want to still observe what the fuck is going on, but I need to get out of the line of fire.
Okay. And so.
Fuck. So what's that? Dexterity Athletics? What is that?
We'll call that. Yeah, Dex and Athletics. You can
add
celerity,
2.
or you can. Yeah, you can spend blood to make it an extra.
I'm just gonna add the 2. Oh my god. It's gonna get you killed, Seth.
You can also split your dice pool if you feel like saving one. If you feel like doing it all in the same turn and getting to cover and obfuscating, you can. You could either spend one of your celerity dice to get the extra turn, and then once you get there, enter obfuscate.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
So you split your dice?
You don't need to split your dice. You just take one away because you're using one of your celerity ratings, and you spend the blood.
Okay. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't get hurt in that car crash.
Yep.
I know. I've seen firsthand how deadly car crashes are. Okay, so in this,
pretty good.
I am fucking gone.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, no.
You're a fucking phantom.
I'm like, no. People are like, man, that person ran fast. Well, I'd run fast too if I had a gun pointed at me.
You run, and it looks like he points at you. It looks like he's looking over at you for a second before he gets Yeah, and as you're turning around, you can see shadows envelop the car. Shadows enveloping the wreckage of the vehicle. And in fact, an entire small dome of shadow just kind of overtakes the area directly adjacent to the car crash. You can't tell what's going on in there.
Do I hear gunfire or anything?
You know, you hear a very muffled... It's hard to hear anything over the... honking of the horns and things like that. You can hear police sirens off. They're pretty far away. Seem to be in the distance. You're in a fairly high traffic area at this point, but you do hear police sirens clicking on.
Okay. The good part about this is that because it is high traffic and there's a lot of people around here, I can get a car pretty easily. So that is the only good thing about this situation here. Mm-hmm. That if I need to procure a car, it won't be that hard. However, I just need to get my thing from that car to my new car. That's the hard part.
Just see how much damage he took.
Oh my... if I open that... fear...
Wow.
Real human fear.
I'll take one more damage than you did.
Okay, he took a bit.
Took a little bruising. Let me think. What is stamina? Let's see if he can soak any of it.
Yeah,
he soaks a little bit, so doesn't end up hurting him all that bad. But it's lethal damage, and so it's rough.
All right, so I'm just so fucking haunted by Zed's bad decisions and how they keep becoming my problems. But I mean, I guess that's dealing with anybody in the Sabbat. It's, you're trying to get shit done and everybody's frenzying at the table and nobody's listening to the seat placement that you spent a very long time trying to do. And I get that. Okay. I'm going to assume the Dome of Shadow. Mm-hmm. There's probably 2 cars in here, crumpled together.
Traffic light.
I need to know where the guy with the Uzi's at.
He's in the shadows.
Okay. Can I do any sort of intelligence and alertness or any sort of check to see if he had someone else? Like, can I check around for yellow bandanas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Give me streetwise and perception. Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that he was the only assailant before I exit off the screen. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like he's the only one. If there is another one, he's in the car, which is currently also enveloped in shadow. As far as you can tell, it's just the one guy who was sent to probably slow you down, if anything.
Well, he did a fucking good-ass job.
To give either Crispus or the Archon time to catch up with you.
Okay, yeah, so from here, there are some cars that are clearly blocked up. So tell me, well, I want to find a car that looks like nice and roomy and fast and preferably only has one person in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is there one of those nearby?
Perception and alertness. How many successes did you get on that last roll?
3.
3. Okay, so don't even worry about it.
I want to spot a car that would be...
You do spot such a car.
There's one guy in it.
There's one guy in it. The downside is that he is currently between 2 other vehicles.
By how much?
There's a little bit of wiggle room, but it'll take some maneuvering to get out.
It's okay, because I intend to ditch this car one more time before passing through the border.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would like to carjack that guy.
Yeah.
Go to the front seat.
Strength and larceny.
Open it up. Literally just like throw him the fuck out of the car.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm picking up from the fucking
so
devastation.
You pull the door open, you grab him. He's small.
He's
frail,
like, I ain't fucking with this. Not
small,
today.
frail. You toss him aside. You get in the car. You see a person behind you honking at you, like, what the fuck? And, like, blinking their lights at you. They're not going to get out of their car to stop you.
Hell no.
But, you toss that guy off to the side.
I pull up to the if I have to scrape
dome.
my bumper, whatever.
Yeah,
don't give a fuck. I push it out, get up to
the
it.
Parallel parking that you're in.
I open up the trunk and I
so
open up
you'd
one
have
of the
to
doors.
go inside the dome to get in there. The dome currently encases.
How big is it?
It's pretty big. The dome currently encases the car that you were in and the car behind that had the guy with the Uzi on it. You can see small flashes inside the dome as you approach it.
Gunfire. Okay, no, I want to pull up into it. I want to put my high beams on this thing, and then pull up right into it, so that way they can, if anyone is left alive in there, can see that a car has come up.
Okay.
And just shout for them to
as you
grab
enter,
the package and get in.
Yeah, as you enter, it's like it's very
milky,
just milky blackness, very inky.
Windshield.
Yeah.
Windshield wipers.
Yeah. The windshield wipers don't do shit. And you can just hear you hear faintly, like all of the noise from outside kind of just sounds underwater.
Yeah.
The honking of the horns is gone, but the sounds that you're hearing on the inside are like screams. You hear and you hear and you hear the cooing of leviathans and things of that nature. And so
shit.
Yeah, you make your way, you sort of feel your way around, you eventually make it to the trunk of the car.
Try to rip it open, just
pull it open. You pull it open, no problem. It's kind of already a little janked open anyway.
Like, tap everything in there, like, oh, this beer cans, shit!
You feel Petri, and you can grab him and take him. And so you're gonna just toss him in the front?
Yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna try to call out one more time to anybody left in there.
Yeah, and as your voice leaves your mouth,
it's nothing.
You're not hearing. You can hear your voice, but it echoes on forever, and
get back into the front seat, flash my lights 3 more times, like, come on, if y'all are getting into this car, you're getting into this car, bitch.
Yeah, and so
No. No one come near?
You wait there you give him about 20 seconds, and it's time to go.
It's done. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Zed. I honestly did my best, and you proceeded to fuck me. So this is your problem now.
Okay. So you back out, and you drive off. Your car is very dented and gross, and you see as you drive away, you can see the shadows dissipate,
Please let it be.
You can see the shadows in the dome sort of just go away, like they're gone, and you see the four of them sort of just standing there over the body of the defeated gangster.
Look, do I want to stop? I'm pretty far away. How close are all the things?
There are police cars approaching. And presumably one of them probably has an Archon in it.
Well, I hope he gets his wish. Oh my god.
He just might.
How far away was I when I saw that?
You were probably about maybe half a football field.
I honk my horn 3 times, like very loudly, in an attempt to get their attention. And if they don't,
it looks like so.
If they start running towards me, I'll like.
Yeah, once the shadows dissipate, it looks like they're looking for another car, and and they're looking for a car to steal. They're splitting, and they're trying to get the fuck out of there. They're spreading like rats.
No.
And
I give them my customary 3 honks, and maybe I'll see you at the border.
Okay.
But there's not. I can't stay behind.
Yeah.
Not like that.
And so you drive off. You make your way out of there. You did everything you could.
I did.
And,
didn't want to leave him behind, but sometimes you make bad decisions.
Mm-hmm. And so
like doing U-turns at a 4-way intersection. Or Zeta.
Mm-hmm. And so you keep driving. Eventually things quiet down a little bit.
Yeah. I'm gonna make the attempt to steal another car.
Okay. And so everyone's on kind of high alert. Word has spread. You're seeing more police officers.
Yeah.
Like on the way, just trying to get over there. You see a fire truck head over there. Just a number of different things.
I'm gonna have to cross the border, not at a.
Well, you're still a few hours away from the border.
I just have to get to San Diego right now.
Right now you need to pass from LA County to through Orange County through San Diego.
Yeah.
And so you're still a few hours from the border.
Yeah. The best I can do right now is use my I have a background, or it was a merit or something that was in regard to me being a nomad. I wonder if I put it on that other sheet that I didn't keep. I used it in the first session, but
what was it?
Pretty much, it was a merit that allowed me to traverse roads with more ease. It lowered the difficulty for avoiding roadblock. It's how I avoided bullshit in the very first game.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's right here. Open Road is the name of the merit.
Take a look at it.
So I'd like to use that.
It's in this book?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Here it is. Unlike many kindred, you like to travel. You have a solid knowledge of safe travel routes and methodologies, not to mention haven space available in any number of destinations. Unless someone out there knows your exact route and is specifically looking for you, you can move between cities unimpeded by random encounters with lupines, overzealous state troopers, and the like.
Okay. So, yeah. So, I'm just going to start making it in that direction. That's all I can really do right now.
Yeah.
If an opportunity comes for me that I see a better car to take, I'll take it.
Yeah. Your car's a little banged up from getting out of the traffic and that whole mess, and is probably currently reported stolen at this point.
Yeah, probably so. At any point that I feel like I see, like if I drive past a hotel and I see like some nice looking cars, just go into it.
Yeah.
Because stealing cars, easy.
Yeah. In Orange County, you do spot a little hotel, and it's probably about midnight 30 at this point. You pull into the place. Look like the guy was sort of running low on gas at this point anyway, and so you spot a car. Give me larceny and wits to sort of, well, tell you what, I've had you roll larceny 3 times in a row now. Let's do stealth and dexterity. Well, larceny and dexterity. To do it quietly. And,
I mean...
unseen.
They don't... Yeah, luckily enough, they don't have, one.
Okay.
They don't have, alarms these days, so...
Some do, but not a lot.
Yeah, we had we had a long discussion
Yeah.
about it in the first, second-ish episode.
Yeah.
About...
And so, yeah, you were able to, get in. You've got a little Jimmy bar. That would be in your van.
People didn't leave their cars locked. I just have to hotwire the car.
That's fair. Okay, so yeah, you go in, you hotwire, no problem. Engine kicks on, and you are ready to go.
Just put my parcel down and start to move, baby.
Mm-hmm. You drive out, and you make your way down.
Yep.
Alright, and so yeah, you drive down and you finally make it into the San Diego metropolitan area after a very tense drive. Every red light, you're sort of like looking back in the rear view mirror, and it is hard to say what is following you. However, it's an alertness.
Oh, I do very well.
Nice.
What do I see? Aside from more people in the back seat, just like normally.
Yeah, the hallucinations seem to have taken a break. Every once in a while, you'll see.
I'll get jump scared by something.
Something horrible on the side of the road, but you're just sort of shake it out of your head, and you look back. And in your rear view, for about 5 minutes or so, it looks like a car is quietly tailing you. You're not sure if you're just paranoid or if this is legitimate.
I would like to. We are in San Diego proper, yes?
Yeah, you are in the.
I would like to attempt to lose him, turn off my lights, and then park to get a glimpse of who is tailing me.
Okay.
So, with a stealth and drive, or
yeah, stealth. Well, let's do drive and wits to see if you can outsmart this person.
Nice. These are coming out much better than the beginning of the session where I tried to convince Zed not to kill us.
Okay. Yeah. So you pull down a sort of little by road, and you cut off your lights. You park up into a house quickly. You duck down, and you're parked behind a larger vehicle that is also in the driveway. And so you get up there, you cut the lights, you duck down, and
just want to see.
You look up at the rearview mirror, and you can see you see another car slowly drive by. It looks like they're looking. You see 2 people distinctly. One person in the front is a driver, and then the other person is a young woman sitting in the back of this other car, and they are driving ahead, and you are
gonna back up and go the other direction.
So you back out.
Oh my fucking god.
And they're going to roll something.
Terror.
And so yeah, you take off. You start driving again. You get back onto the highway. And about 20 minutes later, you're getting pretty close to the border at this point. About 20 minutes later, you see the car again. Pretty sure it's the same vehicle. They're not directly behind you. In fact, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird because they don't seem like they know that they're following you. You look back and you can kind of see the driver looking at a bunch of different cars, and then looking down at something.
Just have to get across the border. Alright, I'm getting pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
There is, of course, the main gate. Would I know of any other ways that are maybe...
You could try to get a boat. You could try to... get a boat. You could try to get... you could try to go across, like, on foot. You could... there are a few options.
I almost feel like the last thing I want to do is to have to deal with any border control at all. Because I am in a stolen car. That even if, word doesn't travel necessarily as fast.
You are in a stolen vehicle.
Yeah.
You are in... it is the same night, so unless that person planned on going somewhere, it's very possible that they still don't know that you've stolen the car.
Yeah.
You've got some mysterious strangers tailing you.
Yeah. That's what I'm struggling with. Petri is still carryable.
He is still carryable.
I can still carry him.
You've got a portable Petri. You can fit him in your luggage.
In Tijuana, do I know where I don't even know what you would call it.
You know where you're going to meet with the person who is going to pick him up.
Is he, like, deep in inner city?
In inner city, but, like...
How far would you say it's away from the border?
Oh, maybe, like...
A couple miles.
15 minutes. 30 minutes, maybe.
15 minutes by car?
Mm-hmm.
What time is it?
It's about...
It's like 2, 3 in the morning.
Maybe 1:30.
Okay. I'm going to approach as close to the border as I can, and I'm going to obfuscate my way across it.
Okay. So, you get to a point where you're starting to see the signs, United States border, so-and-so miles, United States border, half a mile, and so on. And that car is still following. It's not in the same lane as you, and they are still sort of looking. You can only see sort of the silhouette of the driver as they are moving ever forward, just sort of glancing around back and forth. It is difficult to tell.
And right now, is it more of a straight line? Do you think I could try to lose them one more time? Before getting to the corner?
It's more or less a straight line at this point. It's not... There's cars, you got a lot of traffic, a lot of people coming out, fewer people going in, but there's enough people that you're not quite bumper to bumper, but you are, you're there.
I'm just gonna have to risk going across it and then try to lose them. I'm just hoping they'll lose motivation the closer we get. Alright, proceed. Okay. I'm gonna proceed. If things get bad, Petri's in a fucking bag.
You start getting up to the
backpack Petri back on my back, like, here we go!
So yeah, you start getting closer to the border, and you remember, play it cool.
Yeah.
That's what Zeta said. And as you're getting closer, you're getting up to the border point pretty much, and that car starts honking their horn a lot, trying to get attention. They start honking, just and you kind of look back and
okay, alright, I know what to do.
Okay.
This is a fucking game of fiasco. I put him back on.
So you put the backpack on.
Put the backpack back on
in the car.
And I'm gonna obfuscate, get out of the car and just walk on the fucking side. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
As we get closer and things begin to slow down, as we all start filing into line to go through the border, I'm like, it's at this point, whatever. I keep the car on, and I put it into neutral, and I fucking get out.
Okay. So you duck down, you obfuscate. You've got the backpack. It's kind of heavy.
It's heavy, but not as heavy as it could be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so close.
Give me a stealth roll.
Please, baby. Stealth and dex.
Stealth and dex.
Can I add celerity to try to do this quickly and stealthily?
Yeah.
I just want to get into Mexico!
Leave the car on. And you can see as you're getting out and you start moving, you can see some of the border guards. You look back and you see some of the border guards looking at your car, the door of which just opened, and the people honking the horn are pointing at your car.
Okay, all right, I did get the 1. 3 successes.
Okay. So with 3 successes, you feel like you're in pretty good shape. It doesn't look like anybody sees you as you walk past, as you start moving past their vehicles and stuff. The
fucking dying.
The young girl gets out of the back of the car and starts purposefully walking towards you. I'm
stressed. That's what I am.
The police guard tries to stop her for a second, and she just looks at him real quick, says some things, and keeps walking. And he just stops and lays down on the car.
Just like Betty Bye, bitch.
She's just walking with a purpose and power. And as you're sort of turning back every so often, you see that she has crossed the side of the road, and you can see her. You can see her pretty clearly now in the moonlight, and among the lights of the other cars that are being waved through. She is probably about 5'5". Yeah, about 5'5". She looks maybe about 14 or 15. She's got some big glasses on. She looks pissed. She looks very, very pissed, and she's like just sort of marching towards you. And she stops for a second, and she smiles and just goes. She lifts her. She pulls her hand out, like almost like she's holding a dinner plate, and you can feel something's not quite right in you. You can feel a cut, maybe? Is that what it is? On your back, and you look down, and you can see a small trail of blood exiting you and going towards her.
And here we go, because Mimo knows what's happening. I got through an entire game doing just that. And the only thing I can do is get out of sight and range. That's all I can do.
And so you keep moving, and you can actually see the gate. You can see the gate. It is within sight. You see guards around, and so you have a decision to make at this point. Are you going to run for it and hope that she doesn't chase you into Sabat territory, or are you going to turn around and fight?
I do not know if I'm in the condition to fight. Holy shit.
There are a few side decisions that you could potentially make, but she has made it quite clear that she is out to steal your blood. In fact, let me go ahead and get the roll on that so I know how much blood she takes. Reasonable point given what she's been through for the evening. She'll take 3 blood over the course of 1 turn.
Yeah, I know this game.
You can feel it surging. You can feel it surging out of you at this point. You're losing blood, and as it's going to her, she's sitting there and like focusing on it a little bit.
How close am I? How close am I to the border?
You are maybe about 50 yards.
50 yards, and then I can get into cover. She wouldn't know that. Or Margot wouldn't. Well, I don't know. It really depends on how many times she's encountered this type of thaumaturgy. Can I do like an occult check to see if she would?
Yeah.
I mean, she's probably heard of
intelligence.
She's probably heard of, Cauldron of Blood, which has this boogeyman sort of.
Cauldron of Blood is.
It's notorious, but would she know as much of just the ability to siphon?
We'll see. One. You sort of slap your forehead and you're like, I thought this was bullshit. I thought that was bullshit. That didn't make sense. It's stupid. And they can just do that?
Yeah. And so, knowing that it is now not bullshit, I would like to once more make a celerity.
Okay.
To get past the border and to get out of sight.
Okay. So, you're going to run for it. She is going to spend blood.
Can I pump some blood into? Yeah, I was about to say.
She's pumping some of your blood and getting ready to run.
Oh my fucking god!
She is going to start by lowering her generation.
Oh, this little bitch! Please don't follow me.
Let's see.
Okay.
She's currently
this little bitch.
Currently gen 8? No, she's at 8.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've gotten to do that before. Now you get to decide whether or not how long it happens. Whether or not you want it to be for an hour at 4, or do you want...
She'll take an hour at 4.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, you can do a lot. You could do a lot in an hour at 4th generation.
So at 4th generation, so she lowers her generation through thaumaturgy. Path of Blood's pretty great. And so she is currently sitting on 4th generation. She looks pissed. And so she is going to... She looks around. She sees that everybody's just keeps on driving, and that's the light that she is illuminated by. She is only illuminated by the light of a car passing by, and then she goes right back into darkness. And so every time a car passes by, that's what you can see. You just see her shadow standing there. And eventually it gets to the point where another car passes by and her shadow is in the air. And
can I roll to run?
Yeah. Would you?
So I want to.
How'd your run go?
So I'm about to roll it. I pumped some into Dex, Dex and Athletics to just run, and then the
and
2
are you
extra.
Pumping blood in? Yeah, you pump some blood into
Yes.
Dex and all right, so into Dex. So go for it.
500 yards.
How's your willpower looking?
My willpower, if I do one more, I'm gonna fucking pass out.
Might almost be worth it at this point. So that you can do what you need to do. Get where you need to get.
What happened when you get all...
You are basically like, until you rest, you'll be like at a -2 to everything.
I can't right now. Oh my god. I need to decide whether or not...
I'm exactly being a survivor right now, so I can't even like give you the gimme.
I'm not being a survivor. I've been a survivor this entire fucking time. You know who's not a survivor?
Oh, actually,
Zed.
You know what? Go ahead and add one anyway for your valiant attempt to convince Zed not to kill us.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then that's the one I want to use.
So go ahead and spend it.
So...
Easy come, easy go.
So at the very least, I get 1 success. Let's see if Margot fucking dies here. At the border, how she would want.
It's just not this border.
No. Do you want to hear it come?
Terrible.
1, 2, 3, 4. So, not bad.
She will chase.
And now we are in a chase.
She will pursue.
If things get rough, I'm fucking dropping this bag.
And so she is flying towards you at this point. You are quite nearly there. And we will see what happens. So she's going to spend 1 of her will piece to ensure at least a minor success.
Yes! Yes! Fail, bitch! Fail! Thank you, Kane.
So, yeah, she got some successes, but they were canceled out by ones. She flies forward.
Just like the good old days.
She flies forward, and as she's as she's in the air, looking down at you, you look up for a split second, and it looks like she's trying to stop you by pulling you into the air, but she's having trouble getting both you and her in the sky, and you get sort of lifted by your backpack for a second, but you pull it down, and you reach over to the other, and you celerity run the last leg of the journey over the Mexican border. You're on a small bridge. You're on a small little bridge section on the highway, and then right after that, you hop over, and you make it through okay.
You've never seen anyone run this fast.
Yeah, it was. How many successes did you have on that?
4.
Like 3 or 4, yeah. 4.
I had 4. The fast that I am running is... Oh, man. If I wasn't running through all this snow, I bet I could run a lot faster.
And so...
If it wasn't so fucking icy outside, maybe I could get better traction.
Yeah, you look back at her, who is, she's slowly descending and just looking at you. Come here!
No! Holy shit.
Now, you can spend willpower to look away. Or you could roll willpower.
If I spend the willpower, I'll be at a -2.
Yeah. You'll be at a -2 until you rest.
I'm -3 because of mine.
Yeah, because of your wound penalties.
I spend the willpower to ignore her.
Okay. You feel the full weight of a 4th generation's will press down on you for a fraction of a second before every last instinct in your body, in your feral, animalistic body, tells you to look away, and you just blink your eyes as quickly as you can, and you turn, and
God.
And she goes, "You'll have to come back at some point, and when you do, I'll be waiting." At that point, she gets to work on cleaning the Masquerade as best she can on this side. She just stops, and
you just hear, "Son of a bitch!
God damn it!
God, motherfucker!" Kicks a car.
Fucking shit. So, she goes, "You have escaped the wrath of Archon Dolores DeLuca, your former player character."
Yeah.
From an old
Los Angeles.
What would you call it? Our prototype Duets with Dice game that we don't have anymore.
I mean, I still own it, but it is
the quality is just so bad.
It is rough, and it is 5 hours of nothing but combat.
I mean, in some cases, there's some pretty combat-heavy episodes, but
yeah, no,
you're an Archon.
Listen,
Archons fight.
Sometimes do a lot of fighting in LA, which is
and Los Angeles,
which is fun. I'm glad we got to do that.
Yeah, we played the Undercover Archon, with the Undercover Archon storyline.
It was a lot of fun. It really was.
Yeah, Los Angeles by night. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, so
my dead, tired body drags itself to the fucking embassy where I'm supposed to be.
No, it's not an embassy.
Or whatever the fuck it is. Does it have a name?
Oh, yes. Okay. So, you struggle to recall... the exact name of the place. Little bit of background information.
Mm-hmm.
In 1977, Tijuana was already a major tourist destination for United States citizens looking for cheap or illegal goods and experiences. During the day, families strolled through shop after shop as dancers trailed floats covered with multicolored flowers down the street. At night, gambling, prostitution, heroin, whatever else you could imagine was on the menu. Small neighborhoods, small neighborhood gangs still run most of the criminal enterprises, though many are now on the payroll of larger organizations from outside the city. The crime rate will continue to grow, eventually giving birth to the Tijuana cartel. At this point in time, Tijuana has the image of an everything-goes beach community that people feel safe visiting, though they know better than to walk down alleyways by themselves at night. You do recall that you are to arrive at a place called La Cola de Serpiente.
Okay.
And do you get a taxi or anything like that?
Yeah. Well, they take American dollars here.
Oh, yes. They are, American dollars are often preferred.
Yeah, well, definitely just pull some crumpled, bloody ones. Crumpled, bloody money out of my fucking jacket, my fucking vest, like, yeah, no, just take me to...
So, he takes you to the busiest sort of, like, party district of Tijuana. The Avenida Revolucion, the busiest stretch of nightlife in Tijuana. This, and so he points you to this sort of unnamed alley, and tells you, "Hey, go down that way, and then you'll see it." Of course, he says so in Spanish, this alley, tucked between a dance club and a restaurant specializing in Michoacan, I hope I pronounced that correctly, cuisine, is just barely wide enough for a car to pass through. The buildings on either side cast deep shadows into the path and keeping it in darkness. Most people park elsewhere and come by foot. Eventually, bursting from the darkness and into a large courtyard, there is a fountain bubbling in the center. There are a few cars and motorcycles parked, and some rough characters positioned strategically around the area.
Yeah.
And so, behind this little courtyard sits La Cola de Serpiente, the Serpent's Tail, a 3-story Spanish colonial with its name emblazoned on a neon sign. You can see some United States Marines drinking on the second-floor balcony, and there is a large man with stark native features smoking a cigar at the front door. He looks at you as you approach and sort of taps a handle of a hatchet before you
just like raise my eyebrows a bit, like, okay, no problem. You don't have to tell me. I know
so
where I'm at.
He looks, sort of points at your bag.
Present for the Archbishop.
He sort of looks at your bag and points down on the ground.
Well, I sort of like look around to like see the types that we're around. Take it out, unzip it enough to show like a head of hair.
He sort of recoils a bit from that and pats you down. He will take any guns that you have on you.
Yeah.
And
I have a pistol and a broken down AK-47.
Mm-hmm. And so, he doesn't speak. He just sort of motions with his hands. And then once he has everything that he wants from you, he points you inside.
All right. So, I'm dragging my feet. I'm just so tired and cold.
Inside, the place is very dimly lit. There's a pretty decent-sized crowd here tonight. You can tell that they're almost entirely men, locals, truck drivers, and they're interspersed with the United States military folk filling the place. There's a huge bar on one side with 2 bartenders who are very busy tonight. Behind it, and then opposite of that, there is a very dark and empty stage over on the other side. All of the women who work here are scattered about as they flirt and try to drum up business.
Yeah.
As you make your way over, you don't really know who you're supposed to talk to once you get here. You just know that you are supposed to get here.
Yeah, I suppose at this point it's trying to remember. Usually in places like this. What was the name of the Archbishop?
The name of the Archbishop...
He gave me the
Alicia
name.
Barrows.
Yep, that's what I'm looking for. I just need to find someone who can get me in contact with Alicia Barrows because I have a gift.
Mm-hmm.
I have a gift and I'm just dying to give it to her.
Mm-hmm. And so,
I'll ask.
as you have a seat, you have a seat at the bar,
Yeah.
sort of like looking around. A couple guys approach you, and you just sort of wave them off. You don't have time for that right now.
I'm just like, I'm
because-
very tired. Like, guys, I'm covered in blood and burns. Really? Man, you guys are fucking...
Yeah,
you guys
they
are
see
drunk.
that. They see that, and then they're like, "Ooh, no, sorry." They
Ooh.
start looking for excuses not to talk to you, and you.
From a distance, it's good, and then you get
Yeah.
closer, and you're like, she
like,
sure is...
"She's got burns."
She has a lot of burns on her forearms.
Yeah, and so you look over. You sort of you feel a little exposed, even though it's dimly lit here, and it's a very crowded sort of scene.
Mm-hmm.
You're feeling a little self-conscious about
Yeah.
the darkness of your arms. And
Yeah, right now,
after
I'm...
everything you've been through, it's just been.
Normally, this is my scene, maybe.
Mhm.
But right now, I'm done. I'm fed up. Like, I've had a long night, and tomorrow I'll be ready to party and cause havoc. But right now, all I want is to deliver this goddamn Tremere.
And so, yeah.
Yeah,
And so-
ask whoever it is.
So yeah, you look over. You feel a tug, so to speak. Not like the tug you felt earlier when you were having blood siphoned out of you mystically, but
like
more-
almost like summon.
yeah, a little closer to that. And you look over and you see a woman staring at you intently from across the room. Her teased hair curls at the shoulders of a dark red dress. Her eyes are fiery jade and bore into you. She sort of, you feel like you want to talk to her.
There we go. That's what I need. No.
She eventually saunters over, and she introduces herself as Carolina Villanueva Escudero.
Carolina Escudero. Okay.
She sort of, you look like you've had a night.
Definitely have. Do you know how I could get put in touch with the Archbishop Seneschal at all?
Seneschal.
I'm sure there's a Spanish word for it. Pardon, never quite got around to learning Spanish.
I can get you in touch with the bishop, who runs this place.
Okay.
I'm a part of his pack. But first, do you need something to drink?
It's rude to turn... It'd be very rude for me to turn down such a beautiful woman. For right now, I'll have to. I'm in a terrible hurry. You see.
I think, now that you've made it, relax and enjoy yourself a little bit. You've been on a long trip, now?
Unbelievably. Right now, I still am all business.
Of course. I think it best you rest. We can handle business tomorrow evening.
Well, I'll accept your hospitality.
And so she makes eye contact with one of the bartenders. They nod and sort of disappear through a door behind them.
Suspicious.
So, how has your journey been?
Not great. As, the Bishop of... What? Van Nuys is where Zeta was from,
Van
right?
Nuys.
Has the, Bishop of Van Nuys been through here yet? Or any of his pack?
I don't know. I haven't seen them.
That's a shame.
But what about the Archon?
She's at the border, I guess.
You saw her?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
What was that like? What was she like?
Shorter than I would have thought. But formidable. Learned a hard lesson about thaumaturgy.
I see. That backpack looks heavy.
Yeah. Well, was a bitch to get across the border.
Come. The lights eventually come up on stage, and the men in the place erupt in cheers and catcalls. The music sort of changes to a slow Spanish guitar as two women saunter out and begin to dance. The bartender comes back and nods to Carolina. She says, "Follow me."
Okay.
And she takes you up to the second floor. On the second floor, you can hear the sounds of sex just on all sides. Lots of thin walls this place is built on.
It's not even a wall; it's a curtain.
Yeah, it's kind of like a dirty, darkened hotel sort of feeling. The walls are painted in a very dark pink, and you can see the white finishes and the decoration on the wallpaper that is peeling in some places as you move down this long, noisy hallway. You are led down a hallway, and she shows you a room, and she has a woman waiting inside. Take your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And so you want to go in and feed?
Yeah, a little bit. Not super. She's still like not in the mood for any of this. She's just like, oh man, like she's like awake enough to be like, I wish I could enjoy this more. Religiously speaking, I sure wish I could take the time to enjoy this a little bit more.
Yeah. And so, as you wrap up, you sort of wipe your mouth a little bit. Girl's fine. She passes out on the bed.
Just no problem. Arrange her and just
she's fine.
Sit. Go with like the fucking bucket of water they have and just like, ugh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you wipe it away, no problem. Some of the burn marks start peeling off as well.
Yeah, I'm like picking at my arms like, oh god, I'm not here. Yeah. Trying to rub it with a dirty water rag, like, ugh.
And so,
I look and feel like shit.
Eventually, a knock is heard.
Come in.
Carolina opens the door. Are you ready?
Of course.
Let's go. And so she escorts you back down to the first floor, behind the bar, and down into a cellar. You can see kegs and boxes of liquor stacked around. There are two very large Mexican wolfhounds sitting guard in front of a door at the back. They start growling as you approach, and she stops, pulls a little treat out of her, and feeds them, and just kind of sits down and comforts them for a moment. She whispers to them softly, and eventually they sort of back off and lay down against the door, allowing you to pass.
Yeah.
She opens the door, and inside is another staircase. This one...
We're going all the way down, I see.
This one's made of stone, and is much older than anything you've seen in the building thus far.
Yeah.
It starts drilling down into the cold earth, light flickering from the occasional candle on the wall until you reach the final door. She reaches into her blouse and pulls the key. She sort of looks back and smiles for a second before unlocking the door. She opens the door, and inside is this cistern. You can see arches and columns holding the ceiling up. There's some dim light of candles illuminating some of the furniture. It's a few leather couches, a coffee table, and a record player leaking the scratchy sounds of an old Luis Alcaraz album. The place is otherwise empty. The cistern stretches on into black tunnels carved into the walls branching out from it. And so you have him with you, and you can see that from out of those shadows you can see a horrible little creature with long ears and a long mouth and pitch black eyes comes out of the shadows, along with several other Canaanites, and she looks and says, "This is Bishop Cicatrice." Let me see. Let me see if I said that right. Cicatrice. Yeah.
Good evening, Bishop.
He responds in Spanish. A translator says, and to you, your name?
My name is Margot Fairmont.
Margot Fairmont. And the blackened eyes widen for a moment as the lips pucker together and form a smile that is longer than it should be on the face of a normal human being. There are two other Canaanites present as well. Cicatrice sits forward and sort of defers to one to her left, defers to one to his left, and he says a bunch of words in Spanish, but the ones that you recognize are Archbishop, Archbishop Alicia Barrows. She is a fairly young woman, maybe 15 or 16, wears all white and has very pale skin and shoulder-length red hair. Mm-hmm. She looks forward at you and sort of gives you a polite hello, in her native English.
Oh, excellent.
The other, he says, again, speaking words, you hear the word Templar and Tally the Hound. Ooh. This fellow is dressed in all black, very sort of cowboy look to him. You note that anything that is not black is accented silver, and he has sort of slicked white hair, with a black mark, like some sort of glyph on his head. Yeah. And he smiles and says, again in native English,
"Thank you." Margot's like, "Man, am I a bad Sabbat for not knowing Spanish?" Eros.
After a time, neither speak at first, and Cicatrice commends you on successfully bringing Petri.
I put it down on the thing.
You appear to have already brought out of your bag before realizing that was a thing that you had done.
Oh, great. Terror.
The Archbishop speaks. "I have been with the sect since its beginning, centuries ago, and I have never uncovered a spy who had so successfully ingrained himself into the Sabbat. This is not only a dangerous security breach, but embarrassing." She looks at you and smiles. "I am glad to see that Sawyer will be brought to justice, and that we might learn something from him before he is. Before proceeding, I want to make sure that we do not make the same mistakes again. I would like everyone present to participate in the Valdery."
Yeah.
"Are you a priest?"
No.
Margot Fairmont.
"No, ma'am, I'm not."
"I will conduct the ritual then." And so, you tally.
I'm about to drink some potent ass blood. Shit.
And you tally Cicatrice. Who else? What was her name?
Alicia Barrows.
There's Alicia and
Carolina Escuero.
Yeah. You participate in the Valdery.
They get out their nice cup.
Yep, there's an old stone bowl that is brought forth, and we commune this blood in the name of our father Cain, who we dedicate this Valdery and all future Valderies to his service against the traitorous and ruinous antediluvians of the third generation, which brought ruin and hell to our clan and homes. And so,
amen.
And so you drink, and you have done the Valdery with some
pretty potent.
So let's do the Valdery.
Fun.
So you're going to go in a. Well, you don't get blood.
Oh wait, yeah, you put it in and then you take it back.
And so
I have to roll my.
So
You're
going to roll one die for every person participating, and this will determine how you feel towards them.
All right, 4. Let's go for the first
10,
one.
We would call that maybe standard level 2 blood bond. So 3 for
Carolina.
Okay.
So I feel good for Carolina.
That's all right.
1 for Cicatrice.
Okay.
Oh, these aren't super strong. Tally the Hound.
10 for Tally the Hound.
I gravitate towards the animalistic nature that he exudes. And last one
for Miss Barrows.
7.
7, so you feel quite strongly towards her.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Excellent.
So, they will do the same to you. Okay. All in all, people seem to be responding quite positively to you.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
And so, with the Valdery complete, they sit down, they place the cup to one side. I would like to offer you the opportunity to begin his interrogation.
Oh shit.
You have earned that right with everything that you've been through.
Alright then. And so I sort of lean forward to pull the stake out.
Bishops, with me. And so she looks over at Cicatrice and Carolina, and they both get up and leave, leaving you and Tally alone with with Petri.
I'll be honest with you. I don't really have much to say to him aside telling him off for all the bullshit he's caused me for the past 5 days. Wasn't my pack member.
He sort of nods. Alright then.
I'm sure you have good questions though. And I rip out the stake.
And pull the stake out, and he opens his eyes and he looks and he's
Petri.
Where the fuck am I?
Hey, so good for you. Zed's not here. Zeda's not here. It's just me. So good on you. But you have some talking to do.
He looks over at Tally and his eyes widen. Tally.
Yeah. You were so much trouble. You know that? I have never had more trouble transporting anyone. In my entire career. 115 odd years. And no one has given me as much trouble as you. So congratulations. I have a good story to tell. That's it.
Tally goes over, sits on the sofa. Begin? What do you have to ask him? And so, this is the interrogation scene. You are welcome to ask him anything that you believe is prevalent knowledge to the sect or yourself.
Let me think. So, I know that Petri, the story is he got in with his group.
He basically made his way in with a pack and, underwent all the rituals and everything, and has somehow he avoided the Valdery enough to betray them, and at some point had usurped them as well, and they had made it pretty deep into the Sabbat, and so he has all kinds of Sabbat knowledge resting in his skull. When the time was done, his pack was dead, and he ran back home to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, he's also a 100-plus-year-old Camarilla vampire, and so he might have good information just on the organization of their structure, and things like that.
Huh.
He could tell you about Tremere structure. He could tell you about all kinds of stuff.
Well, things that are pertinent to the sect is definitely one, how did he avoid the Vauldery? 2, who orchestrated this mission, or what would you call it? Yeah, who orchestrated his mission, and who else was involved? Yeah, I'll ask that one first. And so
you see Tally sort of just sitting on the couch waiting for you to ask some questions, and you sense appraisal from him, just slightly.
Like he's seeing...
He's judging you.
Yeah.
He wants to see he wants to see your chops.
Yeah. And so in regards to this one, I want to just lean down and say, okay, so you caused a lot of shit and a lot of trouble. Who orchestrated your mission? Who were you?
He sort of looks away, and he just says, Adeptus Davis Petri, House Trismegistus, Bonnie Tremere, child of Catherine Alborn, child of Rudolfo the Illuminated, child of Harold the Wise, child of Mirlinda, child of Tremere.
Which one of them sent you out on this suicide mission?
Adeptus David Petri, House Trismegistus, Bonnie Tremere, child of Catherine Alborn, child of Rudolfo the Illuminated, child of Harold the Wise,
I'm just gonna fucking punch his ass.
Child of Mirlinda, child of Tremere, and you start punching him, and he's having a hard time taking it, and every punch, he just keeps repeating it over and over again. It is the equivalent to his name and serial number.
Yeah, it really is. Oh god, fucking that Tremere dominate runs deep. And I don't want to torture him too much because I don't want to kill him.
Yeah, he's in rough shape. You beat him pretty severely. And
maybe work some awe on him or something.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
There we go.
2.
So with 2, both you have the attention of both Petri and Tally.
Grab his face a little bit, like, come on now. Make this easier on you. You're never going to go back. This can be very fast. If we get everything we need out of you, you finally get to die. That's what you want, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
I want to know all the people involved in sending you on this undercover mission. Archons, who?
My sire, the Regent David Galt. Or, not my sire, the Regent David Galt. It was, the Regent, Catherine Alborn. The Regent of Las Vegas, Catherine Alborn.
No, keep going.
I presume she was under orders from somebody else. I had proven a competent information gatherer in life. It garnered my siring. In the first place, they deemed me a good fit to be able to infiltrate a group and gather information.
You were made specifically for this, then?
I was sired with jobs like this in mind, I have no doubt.
No, that's a little sad. How were you able to so easily betray your pack? You must have committed undergone the Vauldery with them.
Many times.
You avoided it? Was it a Tremere ritual?
I was lucky.
I don't believe that.
I was lucky.
Sort of like look over at Tally the Hound.
I had a weak Vauldery. I took that opportunity and went.
Sort of like look over my shoulder, like...
He gives no... Tally is stone-faced.
Yeah. What type of information were you going to give back to them? What sort of juicy things did you discover?
Information on Sabbat raids, cities you plan to take, a list of nomadic packs that might be enlisted for the purpose of war, various tactics, things of that nature.
Okay. Why don't you tell me about those? And so I just want him to just say everything that he said in case some of it is relevant.
Mm-hmm. He gives you a laundry list of information. Some of it doesn't sound quite right. It sounds like he is lying, or that he's making some of this up.
Can I catch him on one of them?
Give me either subterfuge or empathy plus perception. You also felt this quite significantly when he mentioned the way he avoided the Valdery.
1.
Okay.
So what lie do I catch him in?
Which one do you want to catch him in? You can choose one.
Oh, well... probably something relevant to nomadic packs. I mean, that's something that I would be an expert in.
He starts listing off... He lists off pack names. Some of them you recognize, some of them you don't. And, says that he was with the Blue Devils and got in touch with some of these. He got in touch with some of these packs through them. This was the pack that he had infiltrated and are now dead.
The Blue Devils.
And he sort of, he makes it clear, he just, gives you a list of packs that they had given him, essentially.
No, I regurgitate everyone that doesn't exist right to him. Like, after he's done,
he just keeps going. He keeps listing packs. Some of them, again, some of them sound made up, but with the Sabbat, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably don't know every single Sabbat, every single nomadic pack, and so it could be that he is in fact stating packs that you've just never heard of. But the point is like he was like that, and then he started listing off some. He lists off a few names of some loners that kind of like you, who are just like, I go from place to place. I'm almost like a Priscus, but
not quite.
Not even almost. Like, I'm
a function.
I function as a Priscus on a much smaller scale.
No, I struggle with... I don't want to torture him too much, because I don't want to kill him. But I feel like maybe...
And he's a Tremere. Theoretically, he knows thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
He's a 100-year-old Tremere.
Right? There's good stuff in him. But you know what? Maybe he needs to stew for a little bit. Maybe what he needs is to get put up somewhere and just really let everything sink in for a while.
Listen, I don't want to die. I will tell you what you need to know. I need to know that I'm getting out of this alive.
It depends on if the information you give is correct. And verifiable, really.
I have one piece of verifiable information.
What's that?
There is a stone inside of me. It is a ritual devised in part by my sire, along with the Archon Dolores de Luca. The stone is what allowed me to bypass the Valdery. It absorbed any kindred blood that I had. It absorbed any kindred blood that I drank in before I could metabolize it.
I look towards Tally the Hound and I say, "Your boys at the front took all my knives."
You have claws?
Don't want to kill him right here.
Here. Tally reaches down to his boot, removes one of his spurs, tosses it at you.
Just catch it, and I say, So, do you know around where it is? Lungs, appendix, heart?
Base of my throat.
Easy. And I start to just slice in.
He resists the urge to scream. Very willfully.
I think I hit something.
You do feel the bump. And you pull it out, and it's not very big. It's about maybe the size of a Cadbury egg. It is red. And looks like it's made of a mix between some sort of ruby, and you can see some much denser material hiding around inside of it, but God knows what that is. And
there you go. You're absolutely right. And so this is what it was. And so the Archon and your sire made it?
That is what I was told. The Archon has some interest in such things.
So, you did lie to me about the Vauldery. Regurgitate your information again, this time all correct.
I participated in the Vauldery. I was told that after I ingested that stone, or that it was placed inside of me, that the Vauldery would not affect me. Saw that was indeed the case, and they had no reason to suspect otherwise.
So, did you do this by yourself, or did you have others?
What?
Did others swallow a stone like this and go undercover?
If they did, I am unaware.
Tali, would you like to take over? Do you want the stone? And I sort of hold it out. Just dripping.
Are you finished?
He's not mine to interrogate.
Tally stands up. Go get some rest. I'll stay with you.
Go ahead.
He takes the stone from your hand and sets it in his pocket.
See you around, Sawyer.
And
yeah.
You walk out, and the door closes behind you as Tally stands right in front of this guy.
Oh, rip.
And so...
Sorry, Tally. Or sorry, Sawyer. I don't know what that guy is capable of, but you knew who he was. So, I'm sure Sawyer is in for a fucking bad time.
Alright. And Tally gives you a polite thanks for your help. As you exit and start ascending the stairs, Caroline is waiting. Hello.
Hello, Miss Carolina.
I have some room. I have a room for you to stay in until for the day. The sun will be rising within the hour.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course. Be ready for tomorrow night. The brothel will be closed to the public.
Oh.
The Archbishop will be holding a gathering.
Well, then I better go get my beauty sleep, huh?
And so, you are given the opportunity
to sleep. All I want to do is sleep.
Finally.
Oh.
Get some fucking sleep.
I can't wait to have a nightmare as I lay down to sleep.
Go ahead and get one willpower back.
I'm tired.
And spend your blood.
Oh, yeah. Now that I've had a good night's sleep, it's so restful.
As you sit down, you hear... I did not think I would see you again, Margot.
I'm just like laying in the bed, just stiff with just actual factual terror.
And look at you now. You walk this world alone. You travel across great borders.
I sort of search the room with my eyes, turning on my protein to try to see.
Yeah, your eyes flash. Your eyes flash yellow
As I scan.
As you start scanning the room. Nobody's in here.
Yeah.
Your sire's fucking dead.
Yeah, I know. I fucking killed him and ate him. And sometimes wonder...
He'll always be with you.
Yeah. Sometimes wonder how many of the traits I have are his.
Mm-hmm.
You can never really know once you start fucking around with Diablerie.
Shrug it off.
Yeah.
You lie down. You get some beauty sleep. You can... Oh, okay, you already marked that.
Yeah, I'm already marked it off so I can scrape off some of my burn scabs in the morning.
Your gross burns. And so, yeah, you wake the next night. And, you look around. You poke your head out. You wake from a pitch black room, boarded up to keep the sun out.
Thank you.
You look out and it seems empty.
Yeah, well, she did mention that they were having some manner of gathering.
You can hear voices, but like none of them are inside.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a lot of them are out in the courtyard.
Yeah, I just meander my way down there, just enjoying a actual rest.
Mm-hmm. You look out and you can see that guards are posted all over the place. You can see some. You can see a van pulling in from the alleyway, both completely blocking the alleyway from anyone from getting in to the courtyard from the alleyway.
Yeah, and
also it opens up in the back, and you can see some tied up tourists and
we're gonna have fun. I see
homeless folk. They are pulled out and are strapped to tall wooden posts that are jutting from the ground. They all seem pretty vacant.
Yeah.
And some of them, a few of them are even tying themselves to the post as best they can. A fire pit has been dug. You can see torches lit around it. The restaurant and the dance club have been closed for the night, and like I mentioned before, the alley is totally blocked off by the van.
Yeah, we're about to have fun.
You look out and you can see Carolina sort of directing traffic. She kind of looks over at you and gives you a
We give each other our polite nods.
Yeah. And within the hour, every pack in the city has arrived.
It's a little crowded.
There's probably somewhere between 30 and 40 Canaanites present.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep my eye out for Zed.
Archbishop Barrows steps out onto the second floor balcony, and the crowd starts erupting in cheers and hisses. You can see that she is flanked on one side by Tally, and on the other by Cicatrice. And on the other, you see him come out from the back. Zeta. He looks fucked up.
I'm glad he's okay.
You also spot Zeta's pack members in this crowd.
I'm just like, hey.
They see you, and they are not happy.
Well, maybe they should have got good. I fucking honked my horn, bitch.
And so the crowd sort of dies down, and Barrows gives a speech to all of the assembled Canaanites. She delivers it in English, though through whispers of translation, you can hear some ripples of that going on in the crowd as people sort of whisper to their non-English speaking packmates. Canaanites, I thank you for attending tonight's festivities. The Sword of Cain has much to celebrate. We have found the traitor responsible for so many of our brethren meeting the sun over the past few months. Thanks to the efforts of our comrades up north. At this, she motions to you. And Zeta's sort of like looking back and forth at you and then at her. But he's like keeping his cool.
Hardly.
And he will pay tonight for his crimes in service to the vile ancients. Petri is brought out the front door,
and the crowd erupts in jeers and taunts. He looks beaten and broken, significantly more so than he was when you last saw him. He cannot stand, he cannot sit, his ribs are broken, and the fear in his eyes is palpable. If Petri had ever been true Sabbat, we would call a wild hunt on him. But he does not deserve even that punishment. As a servant of the ancients, he will not be afforded even a minuscule chance of escaping his fate. You, Margot Fairmont, you have earned the right to claim his blood. So, let me take a look at some stuff.
I don't want it. Is it rude to say I don't want it? Is it rude to give it to Zeta?
It is extremely rude. You have been offered a chance to drink. You have been offered a chance to return this traitor's blood back to Cain.
I just feel like maybe the honor should be Zed's.
Are you sure? I mean, you can do that. Like, if you really don't want it. It's diablerie. Like, your gen will go down a whole bit. But, if you really don't want it, that is A-okay.
Yeah, I don't think I do. I feel like she would... I'm trying to think about how she would feel about that offer. I mean, he did cause a lot of bullshit. Like, he really is the reason I'm going to be dealing with a temporary exile from the United States. Just temporary, I'll eventually start going back.
Mm-hmm.
So he's caused a lot of trouble. She's diablerized before. It's not a big deal. But there is also...
You have diablerized before, you know it's sweet nectar.
I do.
You know the unmatched taste of devouring another Cainite soul. Can you turn down diablerie without taking a path hit?
I might not be able to. Because I do know how good it is.
It is the best.
I might not be able to. I'd say.
Based off of the number 1 on your hierarchy of sins.
Yeah, I might have to. Let me see.
I mean, alternatively, you can refuse and just roll your conviction. But
let me see. Sacrificing gratification for someone else's convenience. Refraining from indulgence. Yeah, I'll accept it.
Okay.
Zed could bite my ass. Maybe if he had fucking driven the car like he was supposed to, we wouldn't have gotten fucking T-boned in downtown. Duh.
Let me see. Alright, let's get the diablerie started. So.
Oh, it's probably been a little bit.
So, if diablerie works the way I remember it,
it is a contest. Is it strength contested? Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull it up. It's 220 something. Diablerie, here we go. Committing diablerie. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is drain him of his blood. He doesn't have much left. You can take 3 points.
Oh, damn.
So they lower. They pretty much like they toss him out from the second floor down to you. A small circle forms. In the crowd for him to land, and you stand in the circle, and everybody's sort of cheering you on as you claim your prize.
Yeah.
You will make an extended strength roll, difficulty 9.
Can I put some blood into strength?
Yeah.
How long does this take?
Until his health is gone.
Okay. So I'm gonna pump. Since it's not going to be taking place like in combat, I'll take the time to put his blood into me, sit there, like really savor it, take off my sunglasses, pull them back,
victim cannot soak, the damage is considered aggravated. I know how much health he has, go for it.
So it's just strength?
It is just strength. Like you're rolling damage. Except it's difficulty 9, so...
Let's try to make it.
You do still have willpower.
Hell yeah, I do. I'm very tired. Again. I don't like anything. I failed.
No big deal. Let's see. It's okay. You've got time.
Yeah, because this is an extended action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just sit there while the fucking crowd cheers.
Yeah, really. Nobody's trying to stop you, and so...
just keep going.
In due time, you do eventually, you do the deed, and his head pops clean off, and you're able to lift it in the air triumphantly at the end.
Yep. As his body begins to crumble.
His body begins to crumble, and then, you just crush his head.
Like a fucking badass.
So, and when he's ash, everybody present applauds, and Barrows announces, "Let the blood feast commence." And people start feeding off of the mortals that are strung up, almost like you would at Christmas lights at a party. They're just people strung up on these things. They're almost set up like it's where like you can see one of their arms dropping, and you can see people like pulling them down, almost like they're trying to grab candy out of a busted piñata.
I was about to say, it's just like any normal party. When there's a piñata, there's always bloodshed.
Yeah. And so, we've got... You do encounter a number of notable Cainites as the evening commences, many of whom congratulate you on your diablerie. And
more status.
Yeah.
I already have 3 status, and so I can only imagine I could definitely buy more now.
Yeah, you absolutely could. And so, people know you. You're an up and comer in the Sabbat. The only weird thing about you that people don't like is that you don't have a pack.
Yeah.
Toward the end of the evening, there's fire dances and people are getting ready to play.
Everyone plays Disco Inferno.
Yeah,
they
people
have
are getting
a
ready
good
to play
time.
Sabbat games and stuff. You could see like bobbing for toy, and except they don't have toys, so they don't have toy, and so they.
Shame, I miss toy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If anything were to happen to toy, I would kill everyone in Montreal and then myself.
And so you make your way into the into Miss Barrows' area. Any attempt to talk to Zeta?
No,
he's pissed.
He can be pissed.
He's just livid. And
you know what? And if he has something to say to me, I feel like it's very important that the Archon wasn't there to kill him because she was too busy coming after me, and so he should really be grateful. He should be grateful that I distracted her from him.
At some point in the evening, Cicatrice approaches with his translator.
Thank you.
He explains that Zeta has been a dangerous and impulsive bishop. If I were in your position right now, with everyone so high upon you, consider making the case that he should no longer be bishop.
I'd have to agree with you that he is impulsive and a danger to everyone around him.
All you have to do is let everybody here know that. You will be no doubt asked to speak at some point in the evening to the assembly, and all you would have to do is point out that Zeta is a fool, and that this entire problem would have been resolved if he had the gumption to catch Petri in the first place.
That's fair. If someone else wants to take his spot, they should ask him. They should take it from him, really. I don't want it.
No?
No.
We need strong people in that area. If we are ever to take Los Angeles back, we have the Archbishop Muhammad al-Muthlim, and he is suitable. He is strong, but his bishops are weak.
Due to some circumstances. Mostly due to some circumstances. I don't see myself back in Los Angeles for a little bit.
Why not?
I'm afraid some warlocks got a hold of my blood.
Then kill them?
That same Archon.
We would not send... I would not place your name forward as bishop if I did not believe that you weren't ready to fight. I would not send you up there with you having the expectation of sitting high on the hog, as it were. That was Zeta's problem. If you are sent up as a bishop, you would be expected to fight and defend the Sabbat and its ideals from Anarch or Archon. And I have it on good authority that the Anarchs are fed up with the Archon's presence, that shortly she will be chased out of Los Angeles by a horde led by Jeremy McNeil himself.
Is that so? See, that sounds promising to me. I'm not the type to put my life on the line for anything that I don't think I could succeed at.
Of course, and it's not to say you would be sent alone. You would be supplied with a pack, if nothing else. Just something to think about. Before anything comes to that, we would need to publicly shame Zeta as he so rightfully deserves.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
They would look to you as a competent leader. You get things done. You've gotten results, and you have been rewarded for your efforts at such a young age. Not many Sabbat live to see 100, but you have. You are a shining example of what a Sabbat can be.
And she sort of mulls it over. The sort of nomadic life that she lives, it complements her nature in ways that a lot of times if you are strapped with a post or you are strapped with this sort of responsibility, you are honor bound in a lot of times to stay by it. And, you know, even at her age and at her experience and at her, you know, skill level, and she still is sort of this weird nomadic, doesn't stay around any of her child or doesn't have like other vampiric companions. Probably is a little bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason for that is that she has nothing holding her down to anywhere at all. She sort of, if anything, her.
Oh, it might. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
If anything, like, although, you know, everyone does put their lot in with the Sabbat and, you know, this fear of the antediluvians and whatnot, her life is more religious than, you know, the crusade, the very specific anti-Camarilla crusade. I mean, she'll fucking kill him if the opportunity arrives, but she really does exist as this sort of drifting dark influence.
She is the Sabbat are meant to be free, ergo I am free.
Yeah.
And you are free to stop me from being free if you think you can.
Yeah.
That would be, there is a name for that camp within the Sabbat.
Yeah.
They are not popular.
No, they're not, because they're not willing to throw their entire lot in.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so there's this sort of... She doesn't want it. I don't think. I think for her to take up post as like a general, which is essentially what you become as a bishop, almost.
Yeah. You are given specific control over a specific thing. You're never just a bishop, you are a bishop of something.
Yeah.
And every city has different bishops for different things.
Exactly.
And so you could end up being Bishop of War. Oh yeah, and it would surprise you to hear him refer to Muhammad al-Muthlim as the Archbishop. As far as you understood, it was still Caroline of Velez. However, he seems to be speaking with the knowledge that things are going to be changing soon.
Oh, shit.
And he is trying to change things in the right direction. Hence him sort of planting the seed in your head that you probably would be supported if you wanted to lay claim to bishop.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, because of course you don't want to sit there and be an asshole to people who are offering you the ability to make real change in the Sabbat, but this selfishness of her nature is like, why would I do that?
Yeah, the Sabbat, and he would remind you that the only reason you are able to do as you please is because the sacrifice of
the rest of us who are willing to fight. Yeah, she's really willing to fight, just not in like her. She has okay leadership
as a horde of disparate packs.
Yeah,
we are no good. We will lose.
They need strong leadership.
We need people who inspire more than anything.
And that might move something in her, definitely.
And so
that sort of thought.
That is the tenor of the conversation. In time, you are asked to speak to the assembly. People cheer you. You are the guest of honor, essentially.
God, what are we?
This thing is held because you captured Petri.
Thanks.
Yeah, you've got 30 or 40 Canaanites down below. You're standing up on the top with the Archbishop to your right, and she has given you the stage.
Shit.
And so.
Oh God! What
you don't have to give me like a practiced speech or anything. You can just give me the idea of the speech that you give.
Yeah,
you can take this time, even if you don't want to be bishop. You can take the time to call out Zeta's.
Yeah, no, that's really all I want to do. I want to go out and say that I had a good ass time. I had a good ass time retrieving Sawyer. And it was a pain in the ass. But it was probably the most fun I've had in like 35 years. Most fun I've had in like 35 years. I'm trying to think of all the people I've killed along the way, up to and including, pretty sure I torped Montrose, the sheriff.
You absolutely torped the sheriff of Las Vegas.
But I bring that up, that was a lot of fun. You know, I just sort of like talk about that. It was good.
You explain, you go through the various.
I talk about how bloody it is.
Talk about how thick bones are to cut through, and even like the ligamenty parts that you don't think are going to be that thick.
Yeah, no, I go over the fun parts of my fucking horrid journey, and at the end, sort of tack on that. My job could have been made just so much easier, especially on that last leg, if the Bishop of Van Nuys wasn't consistently on the cusp of frenzy to the point that I was unable to do my job.
Everybody quiets down at that part, except for one.
Talking to you out there.
Oh, you can see him. Everybody's like giving him a wide
I just
berth.
I just point out at him. If you had kept the goddamn car on the motherfucking road, I probably wouldn't have had to face down an Archon.
Yeah. What are you going to do about it? You're here? I'm so fucking incompetent, huh? What are you going to do?
Okay. All I said. That's very cool. That wasn't a direct challenge. That was a statement.
Monomacy.
Is he kidding me?
You have been challenged.
Great. Fantastic. Here we go again on my own. Going down the only road.
So what do you want to do?
I know the rules of monomancy.
The challenger will determine the rules.
Yeah, the challenger does determine the rules. God.
You may make suggestions, but
God.
it is a yes and situation, not a hey, instead of doing it this way, let's do it this way. You can say, yes, I agree to that term, however, I'd also like to add this in. And you can keep adding in terms until you're both satisfied with the way the fight goes. And so, the first thing he's going to say is
what are his first stipulations?
He pulls out some he pulls out
some hatchets.
Like, let me see. He'll pull out some hatchets. Fight with hatchets to final death. Do you have anything else you want to add? You can say no, however...
I don't want to fucking fight him with a hatchet.
It's gonna make you look...
One. He has... I assume he's a La Sombra. His ass has a lot of fucking potence.
So now you can add something to the fight that gives you an advantage. All he's said so far, fighting with hatchets. And as long as it's not crazy ridiculous, as long as it's not like... while we're
baried up
to our hip. Oh, that'd be fun, actually.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where does it go?
You can ask me, and I'll determine.
Like, do I want it to be? I don't want to sit there and be like, okay, well, no disciplines. Well, I'm also counting on him having gotten super fucked up.
Yeah, he looks pretty rough.
How many blood can I spend with 8? At 8? 8th generation?
At 8, I believe you can spend 2.
Okay, I can spend 2 blood per turn. I'm looking over all my stuff, like, okay. Hoping he's pretty fucked up. I'm kind of fucked up myself. Not super looking great on blood or anything like that.
He'll give you the opportunity to fill up.
Yeah.
And throughout the course of the night,
I've probably
there's
been
no
drinking.
question you've been imbibing,
taking all sorts of things, and
taking little sippies from the hands coming from the sky. No other terms added?
Not that I could think of. Just so his friends don't come in. No disciplines. He doesn't want me to use my claws.
Want to add anything to the stage? To the?
I can't even think of anything.
There's a big fire pit. There's people surrounding. You can, if you get pushed into the crowd, maybe they beat you up a little bit, push you back in.
Maybe
there's fire.
Could I put in a stipulation for crowd participation that they could throw stuff in if they want?
Oh, that they can throw in weapons that they have? Yeah. Okay. You can see some of the crowd getting really excited by that.
Okay. Yeah. Crowd stipulation. Can use fire. Should we do it on fire? No, we better not. I don't want to die.
You wanna set up a fucking American Gladiators? You've got the giant Q-tips over the fire pit.
That's dope as fuck. But well, actually, tell me about the fire pit.
It's a fire pit. It's a big bonfire. There's lights and stuff around. It would be no small task. It would be no huge, no great task to set up a balance beam or something like that, or like platforms that you guys can hop between to fight above the fire.
That sounds really good. Oh no! Like now I'm getting excited. Like that sounds dope. I mean, if I die, like that's a great way to go.
There's like you can add all kinds of stipulations. It's like a wrestling match.
We can only fight with chairs.
Fight Hell in a Cell.
Oh wait, can we do that? Do they have a big cage?
They don't have a big cage.
Fuck them.
They could probably make one. They can have one fashion. It would take a little while.
Yeah, we kind of want the instant gratification. At least that does. Or Zeta does. Okay. Yeah, my stipulation is that people in the crowd could throw me whatever they want, whatever they want.
Okay. But no punches, no kicks, just weapons.
No, that's not what I said.
You either have it mano a mano, or they can throw punches and kicks. Which is it?
Wait, mano a mano? Wait, hold on. This is Mo saying.
Okay. You can either have it one-on-one, or they can throw punches and kicks.
Oh. No, I don't want them to throw punches and kicks. I want them to throw weapons into the stage.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm asking.
No.
Okay.
No, they can't hit us. Just us.
Alright.
Just me and you.
I agree.
Let's do this.
And so he's sitting there in his Sunday best.
It's probably still filthy.
Yeah, no, his face is fucked up. He looks pretty beat up. And
We're both holding hatchets. I'm just like, man.
Both of you are handed a hatchet. Sure you don't want to have a blindfold?
No, I'm good, Zed.
Alright, roll initiative. One single die, plus your, wits and alertness.
Oh. 10.
Okay. I guarantee you he'll be going first.
Do you have a lot of celerity?
No. He has...
An 8?
He got an 8 on his roll. And it'll be 8 plus wits and alertness. And his wits... Interesting.
What's interesting?
You had 10 total?
Yeah.
Okay, well he had 12.
Oh yeah, he makes it. Alright, my dude.
Alright, so... You both, a circle is made around you. You didn't include any fire into your scenario, correct?
No.
Okay. And so, a large circle is made around you of contenders. A lot of people, once they heard about that stipulation, were like, hold on 1 second, let me go inside.
Hold on, let me get my halberd.
Let me go, let me go grab some stuff real quick. And so, you can see that the crowd is ready to go. You can see all manner of items among them. You can see a bola. Somebody's swinging a bola around. Others have knives. One person has just a bottle that they're getting ready to throw at somebody.
If somebody could get me a pair of brass knuckles with blades on the ends, I'll be fine.
I'm sure someone in here has
Well,
them.
they better fucking throw them as soon as they can.
And so, yeah, everybody's just like ready to go. Alright, and so he's going to go first, and he's going to swipe low, swipe at your gut with his thing. I think it'll be 8. And that's after I've applied wind penalties.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He's fucking tired.
Wait a minute, no. No disciplines.
Yeah, no disciplines.
5.
He's not allowed to do that.
Not allowed to
Use
and
his...
he didn't have the dex anyway. He didn't have celerity anyway, so it would not have gone to that. It would have gone to the damage.
Well, he did good.
So he hits, and go ahead and roll Soakums. Strength.
1.
Okay, so he
hits me for 1.
he hits you. He hits you for 1 lethal.
Yeah.
X.
Oh, X.
Yeah. he hits you. It slices through into your belly pretty good, and the hooked nature of the axe sort of catches in your skin, and so that leaves you like right in close range with him. Everybody cheers wildly at that. You make your move, and then the crowd will make its move.
Okay, so this is a hatchet, yes?
Mm-hmm.
It has a wooden bar, correct?
You're correct.
Okay. First, I would like to spend blood to up my. I can spend
2 per turn.
At 8, you can spend 2, or can you spend 3?
You can spend 2.
Okay. I'm going to up Dex, and I'm going to up Stam.
Okay. A little bit more to soak with.
Yep. And I'm going to move to disarm him.
Okay.
So I want to do a melee and Dex.
Right. Melee and Dex it is. So, yeah, go ahead and give it a roll. Remember your wound penalty.
One.
Okay.
I think he gets to contest it.
Yeah, I think he does too.
Here.
And he's going to...
It's a maneuver.
Melee. It's melee.
Disarm. So, yeah. Okay. Striking opponents. If successes roll. Traits. Difficulty, accuracy, normal. It doesn't say what he defends with.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
In that case, I'm willing to give it to you. It has a difficulty listed, correct?
Difficulty +1.
So
to strike an opponent's weapon, attacker makes an attack roll at +1. Successful, the attacker rolls damage normally. If successful, the attacker rolls damage normally. If success rolled exceeds the opponent's strength rating, it's his strength rating. The opponent takes no damage, but is disarmed.
Okay, so you hit, so now you're going to roll your strength. If your successes exceeds his strength rating, which is, I believe it's
3.
It's 3 or 4. Give me 1 second. It is 4.
I might not be able to. Wait, his strength rating? Yeah, there's no way I'd be able to.
Okay. So
he's too tough.
So yeah, his grip is iron on this thing. You might be able to if you pump some blood into strength.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah.
I'll try that next.
And so yeah, he's going to take his turn and he's going to pull at the axe to get it the rest of the way through.
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
Holy shit.
You see what he's going for, and you instead push the axe a little bit so that it doesn't hook quite as strong, and then you shove him away. You shove him away, and he sort of bounces against the crowd who push him forward. One of the crowd members throws a Molotov cocktail, and we'll see.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them.
You said throw weapons.
One of
them's starting early.
I fucking love that guy.
I'll see. All right, let me see. What's your dexterity rating?
4.
Roll dex and athletics to dodge the Molotov cocktail. They're throwing blind.
3.
So 1. Let's see how Zeta does.
Dear Zeta, please be drunk.
They got 1 success. If he gets...
He gets hit.
Yeah, he gets hit.
Like, I see it.
So
I see it go through there, and I'm like, oh shit, they're not fucking around.
You see it hurtling through the air. Like you look up for a second as you push him away. You look up for a second, and so the crowd is rebounding, pulling him back in and getting ready to push him forward. Meanwhile, the fucking Molotov is hurtling through the air, and so they push him forward
into it,
and you see it's not quite gonna hit him. It's not quite
gonna
gonna
hit
hit you.
him.
And so you run forward and you grab him and you pull him up. You pull him back by his shirt. You hold him there, and it smashes against his head.
Right, I drop him and pull
you
back.
You can feel it in slow motion go as his head lights up on fire. Let's see what the Molotov does. This is Ag. It does have fortitude.
Because it's passive. Oh?
Alright.
But he might get to soak it.
He does get to soak.
So, how many does he soak?
He's got a fortitude of 3.
Come on, dude. I believe in you. Wait, why am I cheering for you?
Why are you cheering for him?
I don't know, because, like, I shouldn't cheer for him. He's caused me a lot of grief. Okay, he soaks
so
2.
He soaks 2.
Yeah.
Takes 2 Ag.
Right down where he's at, man. Because he's...
No, I know where he's at. I'm looking at yours and tracking it from there.
I just pull back, like...
He's on fire. He immediately fire frenzies and he starts running towards the crowd. The crowd want nothing to do with this
I look
bullshit.
around for
In fact, everyone's rolling Rot's trick.
Zed
Roll
has
your
once...
courage.
Zed has once more ruined the fucking party. Please don't let me freak out in here in front of everyone. Okay, yeah! Yeah, I'm a fucking big man!
Courage.
I'm a big man. I'm not afraid of
I'll
anything.
give him 3. Right.
Yeah.
1 success. Well, what did your successes look like?
I got 3 successes on my courage.
Yeah, we're assuming 6.
They were 9, 9, and 8.
You're good.
I did fine.
You're good. Several members of the crowd are not, and everyone starts digging and trying to get out of there. Zeta's on fire, and
Can I like give a look around and see if someone has like a very long range? Like, does someone have a pike? Like, I look around, I say, like, does someone have a fucking pike or something?
Yeah.
Like,
one of them presents you with like a very long wooden spear. It could be used as a stake.
Okay.
It's like a long range stake. It's nothing so fancy and medieval.
Like
as
someone
you
have
were
like a
hoping
halberd,
for.
a pike, a long stick.
Yeah. They got a long
I'm like, yeah,
pointy
thanks.
stick. One of them hands you a spear and says, "Finish him."
Yeah.
And
so yeah, I want to move to fucking stake the bitch.
Well, he's frenzied.
He's running.
He's frenzied. He's trying to
maybe I'll
figure
let
out
him.
what to do.
He's
in trouble.
Is there like a blood pool nearby?
The only thing he can do is he's going to run to the fountain.
Yes, I'm saying
there is a fountain. There is a fountain. It's not full of blood. It's nothing so romantic as that.
Aww.
It's just dirty water. And so that's what he's spending his turn running towards.
Gonna pursue him. Pursue the bitch.
He's gotta mark his way through the crowd. And we'll see how that goes for him.
I spent some more blood in this time, which I assume a turn has passed.
Yeah. You can spend 2 more blood if you'd like. Okay.
And so I'm just like, approaching him with the giant stake.
Yeah, he's
in
pushing
the water.
his way. He finally makes
he
it
like
to
over
the pool
it? He's splashing himself.
Digs himself inside and is just like, you can see the splashing, just like, it's very, very rapid and feral. He's not really he has no control over his disciplines at this point.
No,
he's just trying to get the fuck out of there. And you can see like huge swaths of water just flying up into the sky because his potence is just there. And it's raining down slightly onto the area below. And so go for it.
I want to try to stake him from behind while he is in the thing.
So this is difficulty 9. Difficulty 9, if you successfully do 3 damage to him, he is staked.
Alright, so this is my roll to hit?
Yep. You need 3 successes and then 3 damage.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No. Nope, so I can't get it in there.
Yeah,
I can't get purchased. He's too wily.
Yeah, he's very wily, and he's just swinging swinging too hard, and it's like
it's like trying to get a fish in a barrel.
Actually trying to shoot a fish in a barrel instead of just the saying, where actually shooting a fish in a barrel is quite difficult. And so,
I'll wait for him to let's see if he jakes out of it.
And so he sits in the water for a second, and then splashes out like full on frenzy mode. His fangs are out, and he's ready to go, and he jumps at you. He's going to jump at you and try to attack you. And we will see how that goes. There's lots of frenzying vampires in the area, though it looks like the fire's gone away, and so... Oh, wait, okay, so...
Considering penalties, can't use potent.
So it's
I'm sweating. It's blood sweating. He's blood sweating right now. Oh, he still does good, though.
He gets one hit. And
what's he going to do to me? What does he have?
Well, he's going to roll a strength.
What's he hitting me with?
He's hitting you with his claws. Like, not claws, but like his fists. He's punching your head.
He's going to punch me in the fucking noggin.
He's going to punch your dome.
Get my soaks ready.
Okay.
I soak 1.
And that cuts in half to 1. So take 1 bashing. And he just... punches you square in the head. It's a really solid hit.
Yeah, like
it catches a lot of purchase, and it
makes a loud sound.
It scratches across your face as he pulls back and just hisses at you.
All right, that's pretty good. So I would like to once more spend some blood.
Okay.
1 to heal up some of my bashing.
Okay.
And the other put the rest into strength, because I'm going to drop back the long stake I have a little bit, and then
stab upward.
I'm going to try to do it again.
Okay, go for it.
And then she's like, "Man, I wish I was better at knives." Okay, I still have the wound penalty.
There it is.
There it is.
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to hit.
You get to add 4 to the damage.
And the damage is what?
And the damage for this is going to be +2. So it's going to be strength +2 +4.
If I don't get this, I'm going to be pissed.
You need
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my strength.
So after he soaks, 3 damage will do the trick.
Okay, so this is what I'm looking at here.
Mm-hmm.
Ones don't take away, correct?
Ones do not take away from damage.
Let's fucking do it, man.
Wow, that was a hell of a roll. Because, they weren't even, low successes either.
No, they were high. Okay, so at least ones don't take away. So how much does he soak?
We will find out.
Come on, bitch. He soaks 1.
With 4 net successes, you stake him.
I stake the shit out of him.
Not only do you stake him, he would have gone into torpor anyway.
Ooh.
You stake right into him. And he just stops.
It's like, oh, shit!
He falls over. And the Archbishop raises her hand in the air and declares Margot victorious. I declare that Margot Fairmont has won over Bishop Zeta of Van Nuys as winner of Monomacy. You may take your prize. You may diablerize him
twice, and it's been a very sexy day.
Yeah.
Ooh, my beast is like, you're doing good today, aren't you, honey?
Mm-hmm.
I go ham.
Mm-hmm.
I drink up, bitch.
You diablerize him, however, I believe your generation is actually lower than his.
So it just fucking stagnates.
Let me take a look. Oh wait, no, you're of equal gen to him, so you're not gonna go down anyone, but
it's yummy.
You get in there and you take his soul. And
it's fucking good.
Again, his head collapses. There is an uproar of
I can
applause.
just smear the ash on my face. I'm just like, ah!
And his pack are just sitting there like...
His fucking, like, child is like, huh! Wait, hold on, something...
No? Valdery? Oh, yeah. She had a high Valdery on him that time.
So she's just like,
oh, wait. Yeah, I don't care.
No, he got me in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And so...
I'm just like, go drink some more. I'm just like...
Yeah, and so what do you want to do?
I want to party.
This was the climax of the evening.
Yeah, no.
By far. Nothing that happened from that point on. In fact, it's getting to be pretty late.
Yeah.
A lot of the packs are heading out. Some of them were already headed out before you'd even won because they're like, yeah, my buddy's on fire. We put him out, but he's just not in the mood for it anymore.
Yeah, he needs
He's feeling tired.
He needs a bath or something.
Driving home when you're on your way home from the club, but one of you almost died.
Holy shit. I wonder if I'll be able to put that gif into the thing.
Video. I bet you could. Anyway,
I'm going to try it.
Anyway, yeah.
Fucking enjoy my victory over Zed, the man who single-handedly made my life so much more difficult the past 5 days.
And so, what do you want to do from here?
Margot is going to have a bit of a sabbatical here in... A
sabbatical from the sabbatical?
Sabbatical, yeah, a sabbatical here in Tijuana for a while. One, because she's fucking stressed and hurt.
Yeah.
So she's going to definitely take a vacation, a staycation if you would. It's going to take a staycation and probably not going to take the bishophood, I don't think. I think she's gonna give it a hard pass, offer that she'll come up and fight, but she doesn't want to be a general. It is not in her nature.
And so, while people are
asking a gang girl to be your general, they should know better.
Yeah, they're disappointed, but they're like, you're a gang girl, you just fuck off one day anyway, so...
That's literally my life. And so, it's better that I know.
They're disappointed, but understanding, if nothing else.
If I had been a Bruja, they'd been like, what the fuck? What do you mean you're not gonna stand by your cause, you bitch?
Yeah. In time, one of them... one of the people calls you a coward, and...
Fuck him.
Tells you that you're a fucking derelict, and you that though you're strong, you don't yet know what it is to be Sabbat, and that you can go off little baby child and run free and hump wolves or whatever it is that you do.
That whatever the fuck gang girls do. Yeah. Like, damn, that was filled with a lot of venom. Was Zed your friend?
Run free and hump wolves or whatever it is you do. You're a fucking waste of your blood, and get the fuck out. Eventually, you do, because
I'm only here for a little bit.
You're invited to Mexico City.
I want to party in Mexico City.
Yeah.
I need to spend as long a time south of the American border as I can to really wait out things up north for a little bit.
One of the servants of the Regent, Miranda Galbraith, sends you a message, a cordial invite to Mexico City to discuss possible opportunities that may exist for you there.
Yeah.
And so...
Continue my nomadic life.
Yeah. You eventually make your way down to Mexico City. And with that, I believe our story has concluded.
Margot needs to stay on the open road. It really, really is, and it's going to be a long time before she gets to go back to beautiful Canada. What on account of the United States being in the way?
Yeah, there's that big ol' United States. I have a hard time returning to beloved Canada in the meantime. But, Probably have some time to pick up on some Spanish.
Yeah, no. What are you talking? Yeah, she's like, ah, shit.
Brush up on that a little bit.
Finally learned Spanish, I guess.
Yeah. And so, that is where we will leave Margot's tale for now.
Yeah. That is the end of the Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, that is the end of Fear and Loathing 77, but we may come back to Margot at a later point in time.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah, I did too.
Margot.
She's fun.
Yeah. It's fun to play a badass.
It's fun to play badass murder Joan Jett.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of fun. I'm so glad I finally got to play Margot because she's one of many characters that I have that
sitting on the back burner.
I don't make a lot of characters. People who play with me lament this. I don't make a lot of characters, and the ones that I do wait for a long time. And Margot was one of those that finally got her chance to shine, and she fucking beat ass.
Mm-hmm. That's what she do. I'll go ahead and give Margot 5 experience for completing the story, and, for the Diableries and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I'd like to once again thank Brad C Hodson for writing this really cool module.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. And if you are interested in this module or many of the others, you can check out the Storyteller's Vault over at DriveThruRPG. They have a little section on the left-hand side of their website that'll show you all sorts of World of Darkness modules and I've seen some like secret clan books and all kinds of good stuff. A lot of city books. It's a lot of good stuff. I'd encourage you to check that out. Also, I want to give another thanks to Chris Zach over at White Wolf Games and Media, the Facebook group that I post to every time we have a new episode, and the post goes up right away, and I understand that a lot of our viewers come from there.
Yes, thank you.
Big thanks to Chris Zach and his crew over at Twin Cities by Night. They are awesome. And do you have anything else to say?
If you like the stuff that we do, please leave comments and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
I am definitely at that point in my uploading onto YouTube career that every single comment that I receive, I think about for hours at a time. So if you want me to think about the things that you say for hours at a time, please leave a comment. I'll think about it.
She will. I get texted at work every time I see a comment. Every time there's a new comment.
I get very excited because it makes me happy to know that other people have spent the time to listen to the fun times that we have here in this closet.
Yeah.
Here in the Duets with Dice recording studio closet.
Mm-hmm. So next up on our schedule, we are going to...
Are we going to return?
Excited. We're excited for this one. There will be some new visual components added to our games. We've had
an artist.
Huge amount of art
commissioned by D. Overton.
Overton, who's done all of our art so far. Every single piece of cover art, the icon that we use,
all of it is D.
Is D. Overton, and she has done a ton of work for the second part, or for the next part of the Changeling the Dreaming series of chronicles.
We don't have a cool
name. It started
name.
with Yours to Keep.
But
I'm still working on a name. I'm still working on a name for this for the next one. But we are going back to Point Avalon and back to the life and times of Adelaide Francois.
So fucking ready.
Yeah. Yep. And there's a lot of stuff coming from that we're very excited about. Also, we are finally getting some podcast stuff off the ground. We are available on iTunes. The first 10 episodes of Yours to Keep are currently uploaded to iTunes. Thanks in part to user Shiny Mew, who has done all of the RSS feeding and all of the podcast formatting stuff that it went a little over my head. So huge thanks to them for helping us out on that regard, and just keep an eye out for it, and And please subscribe if you want to listen at work.
That's what I do.
It's a good way to do it.
Right.
So,
thank you so much for listening to our Sabbat game.
Yeah, thank you. And we will be back soon with much more.